Na na na, that booger sugar. All right, I just wanted to make sure that this mics was right. My boy DJ Ike. DJ Ike.
Well, hi. About 3 months ago, y'all had me on a cross on Calvary in between two thieves ready to crucify me for telling you the truth. All I said was if a person owned their product line from its inception to its delivery, they would make more money. And you really thought that I had an issue, I was envious, or I was jealous. You really thought that. Now look at what happened. Less than 48 hours after President Trump issued the orders to roll back DEI, one of your favorite shopping establishments, Target, has now dismantled their entire DEI program. I don't know what this means in the long run for anybody, so I can't speak on that. But as for me, well, hi. About 3 months ago, y'all had me on a cross on Calvary in between two thieves ready to crucify me for telling you the truth. All I said was if a person owned their product line from its inception to its delivery, they would make more money. And you really thought that I had an issue, I was envious, or I was jealous. You really thought that. Now look at what happened. Less than 48 hours after President Trump issued the orders to roll back DEI, one of your favorite shopping establishments, Target, has now dismantled their entire DEI program. I don't know what this means in the long run for anybody, so I can't speak on that. But as for me, well, hi. About 3 months ago, y'all had me on a cross on Calvary in between two thieves ready to crucify me for telling you the truth. All I said was if a person owned their product line from its inception to its delivery, they would make more money. And you really thought that I had an issue, I was envious, or I was jealous. You really thought that. Now look at what happened. Less than 48 hours after President Trump issued the orders to roll back DEI, one of your favorite shopping establishments, Target, has now dismantled their entire DEI program. I don't know what this means in the long run for anybody, so I can't speak on that. But as for me, well, hi.
Close that jump for me, Marcus. I'm great.
Bitches laughing at the Ravens loss. Was it funny when your brother died, bitch? No, it wasn't. So why are you laughing? Like, then, bitch, you from like bitches will be from Baltimore City laughing at the Ravens loss, but I want niggas to find he missing little brother or something. Like, bitch, we not posting Lil Monte flyer to find him. No, bitch. Remember, you was laughing when the Ravens lost. Fuck, I ain't gonna lie. Fuck everybody. Fucking dumb bitches laughing at the Ravens loss.
I ain't gonna hold you last week. That's absolutely how I sound with the crash out when we sitting here talking about the Ravens. Right now, of course, I mean, shout out to the Commanders. They put up a good fight this season. Like, if you are actually a Commanders fan, I don't feel like you can realistically you can't be mad about this season. Like, bro, like you made it to the you made it to the NFC Championship game. Like, I don't think realistically you could have looked for too much more than actual. Like, that wasn't on your bingo card. Like, your bingo card for this NFL season was not to sit here and say we're gonna make it to the NFC Championship game. So there's no way you can hold your head low or feel some type of way or be ready to crash out that your team made it to the championship and lost to the Eagles. Like, realistically, on paper, the Eagles is a beyond better team. Like, there's no, like, unless you just are a delusional fan, I don't think realistically you went into this week's game and actually thought that the Commanders was going to beat the Eagles. That to me wasn't realistic. So again, shout out to the Eagles. Y'all know me. Realistically, I'm going to root for anybody with a black quarterback. Would I love to see Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts round 2, and Jalen Hurts can kind of get his lick back, especially now that he got Saquon Barkley, of course. But like I said, the game's still going on right now, and we are back here for another week, another day, another dollar. I hope everybody is safe, enjoying the work week. I mean, of course, that sounds kind of crazy, like enjoying the work week, and especially, we're going to get into it in a minute. Donald Trump came home and laid the law down extremely crazy. So I'm sure a lot of people, especially if you work for the federal government, will be affected. You will be affected. You will be going back to work. Your summer plans probably have been completely thrown in a loop. But like I said, we'll get there in a minute. We're not going to speed. We're going to take our time. I like to call myself the Pod Luca. I'm going to move at my own pace. What else I want to get? Oh yeah, real quick, before we get into anything else, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a show that I really just locked into, is Night Agent. And I don't know. And realistically, that's why, and I do want to kind of talk about that when we talk about Netflix, when people complain about the pricing, when it comes to Netflix, like, oh, Netflix charge too much. They up in the price. To me, if you complain about, especially for Netflix, screw everything else. Let's just keep it just on Netflix. I don't have, because I know y'all, I told y'all last year, I think Netflix had by far the best streaming platform. Like, if you was giving out awards for what streaming service was the best, I think Netflix, hands down, 2024 ran the town. That's just that to me is just realistically, that's just the truth. So realistically, if you have time, the only way I can see you complaining about Netflix, if you're one of those people, you just got it just to have it. But if you actually sit down and digest content on Netflix, you kind of really just be on Netflix, like, oh, what they got, let me see this, that, and third. Or if you even just realistically last year pulled up to the table for the big events, for the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, for the football games, the Beyonce concert. Like, if you pulled up just for those 3 events at all, I don't think realistically you should be complaining about $1. And the reason why I say $1, because I'm not one of those people who feel like, hey, go ad free, because you're not one. Everybody complains about how much you don't have time for everything. Everybody got a long list of stuff they don't have time for. So if you feel like you don't have time for things, then you should get every streaming platform. You should allow the commercials to be there so you can get hip to what's going on. And that's how I got hip to Night Agent. I got hip to Night Agent because I was watching The Equalizer. I kept watching. I was streaming The Equalizer. So they figured, oh, you like The Equalizer? Then, hey, you should get ready for Night Agent. And they kept literally, I'm talking about the whole entire time I'm watching The Equalizer, they kept promoting Night Agent. And I'm like, all right, well, let me see what this is. Because I'm like, obviously, they see and said, if you like The Equalizer, you're going to like Night Agent. So I'm like, cool, let me just give it a chance. Man, I gave it a chance, dog. In season 1, I was hooked. So I was geeking. I'm like, all right, before season 2 come up on Thursday, let me speedball through this first season. And the first season, like I said, was not a letdown at all. Like, it's literally high action the whole time. Moving into season 2, I'm not going to hold you, I'm kind of over Peter. Like, Peter kind of blowing me. And Peter is he is the main character, the night agent. He is the night agent officer. He's just completely throwing me off on season 2, because it's kind of like he ain't really built for that. Like, if you watch season 1 and even going into season 2, Peter don't got no hands. A lot of those scenes go completely left. People get away because Peter hands don't work. Like, he be fighting, but he ain't really like. And maybe it's because, like, when you watch for even people who was joking about Queen Latifah like a couple of weeks ago, like how she beat up 3 dudes with a scarf. Like if I'm looking at Queen Latifah get away crushing people on Equalizer, then I watch Peter on Night Agent. Like Peter hands just don't work because Queen Latifah get it done. If you and Queen Latifah lock hands on the Equalizer, you ain't going nowhere. Queen Latifah is taking you in. You going in for wherever she trying to carry you to, whatever is she trying to investigate you going in with Queen Latifah. With Peter, it's a little bit different. He be getting knocked out, put to sleep and everything, and the people just be getting away. His girl keep getting kidnapped because Peter don't got no hands. Peter hands literally do not work, so it be blowing me watching Night Agent. But like I said, it's a great show. I am going into season 2. I believe I'm at episode 8. I think it's only 10 episodes right now. I'm still like heavy on Team Rose. I'm not necessarily, I'm not going to do no spoiler alerts because like I said, it literally just came out Thursday. So I know some people may not had a chance to watch it. My only biggest takeaway that will blow you when you get to around like episode 6, it's a Muslim fat woman on there. She's like one of the main characters this season. Bro, her brother completely just pissed me off the whole entire episode 6. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm not going to do no spoiler alerts. Like I said, if you have not tapped in the Night Agent already, do it. Like to me, that's why I can't unlock. When I'm seeing people complain about Netflix, I'm like, you just really don't be on Netflix. Because there's no, like, I've literally, if it wasn't for sports, like sports keep me to like HBO Max. It's sports. Like I end up watching the Penguin because I say, okay, I got HBO Max for the Unravel League. So cool. Peacock the same way, Monday Night Football. It's like those Jones got like sporting events that kind of keep me attached. But if we just talking about pure TV, movies, I could honestly just bang with just Netflix. So I don't realistically never understand why people complain about them upping the price. Like there's no way in hell. Like I feel like people be almost damn near like that just kind of let you know where we at in America. People just want stuff for free. Cause there's no way in hell you got Mike Paul, you got the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, you got both of the Christmas Day football games. And if you were an NBA fan, you watched the Starting Five and you got the Beyonce concert and you complaining about $1. We talking about a whole dollar. If you got like I said, if you got the basic Netflix joint, the $6.99, it went up to $7.99. There's no way in hell you got that Beyonce concert and you complain about $1. Like just that alone, just that Beyonce concert alone, there's no way in hell you could be legit. Look me in my eyes and you telling me you complaining about $1. That just to me just don't make no sense. Like you got to stop just being cheap. And I'm one of the cheapest people, period. But I'm not about to sit here and complain about $1. And I'm literally, we talking about just on free time, minus sports, no sports attached to it. Netflix has literally got me in a chokehold, and I can't. And I'm mad that I keep getting hip to the show. Like I'll be mad. I'm one of those people. I don't like keep finding new shows to watch because I do feel like the comfort of TV, like if you find a good TV show and you just really just locked in and you invested in the show, like that's what I'm saying. One of them shows is like, damn, by episode 2, you super locked in. That's how I felt with Night Agent. That's how I felt with The Equalizer. I felt like it's been a couple. Them have been the last couple of jokes I've been watching on Netflix. I'm not complaining about $1, dog. That $1 is not going to bother me. Like I can, like I said, but I understand. I think for most people, if you complaining about the price on Netflix, realistically, you just ain't locked in on your Netflix account in a minute. Because if you actually take time to lock in on your Netflix account, I'm 100% positive you're not tripping over it going up $1. We talking about a whole $1. It's so much stuff you can't buy with $1. You can't even go to the Dollar Tree and spend a clean $1. Like it's $1.25 at the Dollar Tree now, so you can't be complaining about $1. Like so, I said, if you have not already tapped in with Night Agent on Netflix, I promise you will not be disappointed. Like I said, season 2 just came out on Thursday. I'm not doing no spoilers. It's just a great show to watch. When you take some time, give yourself some time to actually lock in. And real quick, while we talk about new TV shows, one, I want to apologize because last week I said season 2 of Harlem was trash. And I confused the shows because, of course, these 2 shows did come out around the same time during the pandemic. And I was confusing Harlem with what the hell was it? Run the World. That's what I was confusing with. I apologize to Harlem. I do not mean no disrespect. I extremely, because when I'm watching the new season did drop this weekend, and they came out with 2 episodes, and this of course is on Amazon Prime. But when I was talking about it last week, like, oh yeah, Harlem about to come, and this is about to be the final season. I was like, oh yeah, cool, because season 2 was cheeks. Like I said, I misspoke. I spoke too soon because I was just running through my words. Sometimes I do talk super extremely fast. So I got it confused with Run the World. Run the World is absolute trash. I don't care if it don't ever come back. And realistically, I think Run the World just got a dose of its own because the main character was the dark-skinned lady with the bald head, and they didn't bring her back because she didn't want to get vaxxed. So because she didn't want to take this shot, they didn't bring her back. Season 2 was pure doo-doo. Like I said, but Harlem is back. Harlem is back for season 3, and I'm not going to lie. It brings a huge. This is a kind of a spoiler alert. This episode 1, but to me, it just introduces a great talking point to start the episode off with. Is How would you feel knowing that you were ready to call a relationship quits and you end up getting pregnant by your ex? Like, it was over. You feel it. You finally got through it. Like, I finally blocked them on all platforms. Like I said, I'm doing a quick spoiler, but I'm not going to go detail in the breakdown. But Megan Good and what's the light-skinned dude from P-Valley, their relationship was off and on. They was trying to call it quits, but through the beginning of this very first episode, they couldn't. They was literally constantly just having sex. And Megan Good was like, she was just locked in. She wasn't dating other people. She wasn't doing nothing. It was just him and her. She was just randomly texting her. And of course, I mean, we all got 2 eyes. We know what Megan Good look like. So you can kind of put yourself in this dude's mental space. Like, yeah, Megan Good's shooting you texts and be like, come through and clap these cheeks. And that's it. We ain't got to go out nowhere. We ain't got to do nothing. Just when she texts you, she wants some bump. And that's basically what she was getting. But realistically, they end up getting pregnant. And he was kind of like, he was curving her. She sent a man a vagina picture and he just thumbs it up. And that was like, I'm sure if you have ever sent a nude before, that is probably your worst fear or the most ego crushing thing. So you just send somebody a nude and they just thumbs it up and you, especially if you got an iPhone and they just thumbs it up, and there's probably no worse ego blow ever in life. So that did happen, and that kind of made her feel some type of way. And then leading into she had at brunch with her homegirls, and she telling them, oh yeah, I sent them boom, 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 boom. And they just like, bro, get over it. Like, you can't sit here and still be trying to be over a relationship and you're still only having sex with this one person. It honestly, realistically don't make sense. And then that's when, of course, one of the clips that they're using to promote the episode is him kissing the new girl and all of them just making a fuss about it while they were at brunch. So that leading all of that being that said, she crashed out, go to his house, knock on the door. Boom. The girl comes to the door and she's like, hold up, what the hell going on? She thinking it's not really nothing. It was just, okay, maybe it was just an innocent kiss at the bar or something like that. She didn't think it was no crazy big deal, but realistically, it was a big deal. He telling her like, man, hey, me and Shorty really, we trying to just date, and it's just me and her. I can't keep, entertaining you, whatever the case may be. So of course, Megan Good just blank out, block him on everything. But then she end up going to a doctor's appointment, finding out that she's pregnant. So like I said, I didn't get to watch episode 2, but that was just episode 1. So like I said, there is 2 episodes out. I'm sure, maybe it come out on Thursdays. I'm not quite sure what day it come out, but I'm sure, like I said, Harlem is back season 3. And like I said, the first John was a good John. It's a good watch. And man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just mad at myself that last week that I actually got it confused with Run the World. And that's just because literally, like I said, both of them came out at the same time. My favorite character still is the T. I think is her name T or Ty. She's my favorite. She is my favorite character on that show. She is she's my favorite character. That basically is my favorite character. That's my Harlem, and that is my night agent. That's kind of TV. And I guess
are you into the night agent, man?
Yeah, I just stumbled across it just off the strength of watching The Equalizer. Like, I ain't never watched it before. I never was into it. Like, that really ain't my bag for that type of TV show. But then, of course, like I said, with Netflix, watching Equalizer, and they just kept promoting it. So I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. And then I gave it a shot, and I was like, damn, this joint got like 5.
So what you still on season 1?
No, I finished season 1. I'm on season 2 now. Yeah, I'm on episode 8 on season 2.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because them Jones they like 50 minutes, but you can watch them while I'm in the gym or whatever the case may be, get on the treadmill, and I just let it play and just watch it. But it's a good Jonas. One of them Jones, like, some shows like I can't, if I'm already starting to get in a couple episodes, that's the only bad thing I guess about like when it comes to, oh, come on, Patrick Mahomes, that's the hell I'm talking about. Put your shoulder down. But that's just kind of when you get locked in on a show on Netflix, it's hard to kind of just be like, because they all there, like, how you stop? Like, it's too hard to kind of stop. Like, so it's like, damn, let me hurry up and finish. And then you just won't kind of like, all right, let me just finish it and get it over with. So, like I said, shout out to the night agent. I guess, of course, realistically, the biggest talking point of the weekend now is Target. It is Target. So I do want to kind of play a couple of clips of people, because Target did pull back on their DEI. I guess what their program that they had. I don't necessarily know if they were saying they were going to stop the products that they were carrying, but it seemed people were treating it like they talking about the products and everything and the hires. And like I said, me personally, when I hear and I see people get upset via social media, I kind of mentally think like, does that mean for maybe if I live in an area that's kind of maybe more majority white, maybe I would get upset. But if I live in a city that's like majority black, it ain't too, like, I haven't walked into a Target, like, I mean, unless it's a area that maybe a little bit more mixed. Most Targets I walk in, 90% of the people that work there are black because that's the people who live in the area. So that's why I kind of really didn't understand it. Maybe if they talk about higher up in the corporate space, then okay, cool. But I feel like for most people, if you kind of really banging with Target on a regular, I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna play some of these clips. I really don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
So Target said they don't need our money, which is great because I needed an excuse to not go back in there ever again anyway. Perfect. It works out. It freaking works out. So Target said they don't.
So I do want to play Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown, of course, was the biggest, the biggest talking point. The Tabitha Brown kind of caught a little bit of backlash, and she realistically is one of the, when we talk about popular Black brands and Black ambassadors for Target, Tabitha Brown, a lot of her products run through Target. And then, of course, there's some people who kind of, and I kind of thought of it too, is like, damn, is it almost like, looking at it like with the Tabitha Brown thing, I kind of almost looked at it like if it was a rap label, like it's an artist and you kind of geeking to get signed to a label, because you could just realistically be honest. And I'm gonna play a clip of this other dude where he was kind of basically saying here, I guess he caught some backlash because it seemed like he was hating on her, but he was basically like, no, you could just run all your stuff through your own website. You don't have to be in Target. And I think a lot of times people do get, because it's kind of like, I don't even want to sit here and say it's a Black thing, but it just be people be so excited to get picked up by stores, especially if you, because it kind of it almost help you, especially if they give you a front, like they front you some bread to kind of get your products together, or whatever the case may be. I get it. I understand, because like I sold clothes before, and I know like when, especially like when you were selling, like let's say when you go to Magic Show and you get big orders from like the Chinese boutique stores, they pay up front. So like in America, they may drag you, they give you the 30-day net, the 45-day net. It just depends on the brand you're dealing with. So I don't necessarily know how Target and Tabitha's situation work. I'm sure 9 times out of 10, because she is popular, they probably do give her some money up front. So it'll help flow her, be able to place orders and get the product placement the way she want, or whatever the case may be. But I do understand for some people where it's like, you can kind of avoid, and I can tie that into the Akademiks thing in a little bit. It's hard to kind of cancel something or get caught in the middle of this if you just kind of was running things through your own website. So you kind of just relying on Target. It's like, I see both sides of that. So I'm gonna play Tabitha Brown's joint, and yeah, we can get into it.
Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025, and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this, right? It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail. Because contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right?
So real quick, only reason why I want to kind of pause it, two things I do kind of want to see, because I mean, we had this conversation on here. I feel like this is probably one of the only podcasts that you can have people have regular basic conversations. Because we have the conversation on reason why people choose Target over Walmart. It's just because of the cleansingness of a Target store, the lighting in Target compared to Walmart. Like Walmart always seemed like everything is super bunched in, and the lighting in the store is extremely dark. So I do feel like and that's why I kind of wonder, would a lot of people, like one thing I do understand about social media is it's cool to be outraged by certain things, but when we talking about how people are willing to kind of throw a monkey wrench in their own regular day-to-day, will you really walk it like you're talking? It's easy to get on social media, like, oh yeah, we boycotting Target and this, that, and the third. And to hear Tabitha Brown kind of saying, the reason why I wanted to pause it, because I'm from an area where we really got our stuff off of not geeking about getting our stuff into retail and building our own brick and mortars and our own stores. And that's a DMV thing. Like the bigger clothing brands in the DMV area had their own stores. They wasn't pressed to be like, oh, I got to be up in Neiman's or Bloomingdale's or nothing. And we're talking about for people who may be watching, you maybe from somewhere else, you could like a Sabiato sweatsuit at one point in time could run you like $600. And that was just in a Saab store. That's not in a Neiman's Joint or nothing. You can go get you a hobo outfit for $150, $200, $300. Like these prices wasn't like, you didn't have to go in a big store for this. And most of them never sold to a big store because realistically, and I think that's just the hustler mentality because, I mean, of course, this is not even a stereotype, but this is kind of almost a fact. Most big black clothing lines from the DMV area were funded by big black drug dealers. So it's just like they had the money, so their brain, it's hard to cut off. And I always say that the hardest thing to kind of cut off is to be a hustler from your teenage years to your early 20s, because it's always going to be hard to cut that off. So realistically, it's going to always be hard for a hustler to sit here and say, I can go hand in hand with my own product, or I can put my product, I can wholesale it. And if you were talking about real money, you'd rather go hand in hand. And if you never sold drugs before, perfect example, I always can bring it back to Paid in Full when he told and said, everybody else was upping their prices, and he was like, I'd rather just sell more faster than sit here and try to just get off like for a big stupid price and not sell as much product. So that's just that kind of thinking. Sometimes like I'm hearing her sit here and say, you want to get into a brick and mortar, you want to get into retail. Like, bro, you could have started your own junk. Like, maybe will it be as fast? Would you see the upfront money? Because of course, if Target buying it 9 out of 10, Target gonna be able to sell it out. So whatever they place their orders for, and it's gonna be a big deal. And if your audience kind of see you, and I can even tie that into a minute later when we get into the conversation about tonight's conversation. It's like sometimes we get so glamored by numbers and things that you see that look bigger than what everything else is. I think even for Tabitha Brown, is when I'm listening to her, it's like you like the aesthetic of being in Target. It's not about being really saying I'm a black owned independent person, because you could have just literally done it on your own website. Perfect example. Look at the TikTok shop. Like you can tie it. Like look at people. It's like it's 2025, and just hearing her sound, it just sounds so old and outdated almost. Like you could, this whole time, you could have been building up your own website. Like, yeah, you could have still sold some stuff to Target, but again, I'm just saying that could just be from my DMV upbringing. Like, yeah, okay, I may sell some shirts Up Against the Wall, but I'm still gonna have some stuff that's exclusive that people only can get from me. So I can still kind of, and I did this before. I sold in retail stores, but then, okay, at one point in time, like, damn, I can get me some hand-to-hand money. I can sell these t-shirts at the flea market. Okay, I'm going to come up with certain shirts that I'm only going to sell at the flea market. So yeah, you can go to Up Against the Wall because the Up Against the Wall may be closer to you. But if you out here in Baltimore and you in the flea market on the weekend, I'm going to have these t-shirts that you only can get from me here. So listening to her, and it sounds like I get what the aesthetic of being in Target, how that seemed like, oh, I came from the internet and now I got my product in Target. Cool, but then you just basically just gave up on your own stuff. And I think that's a lot of times what happened. Even you can kind of tie that into like with, I mean, of course, Diddy really ain't on the Sean John stuff now, but as soon as he started to get those allegations, that's the first thing you heard is Macy's and stuff. Oh, they dropping Sean John. And we was kind of like, damn, we didn't even know that Macy's still even carrying Sean John because people wasn't wearing it. But that still kind of let you know, like, you could have just had your own website this whole time. And I think realistically, even for Diddy and even for Jay-Z, you kind of even learn that when it comes to promoting these liquors. It's like, yeah, you can get some bread up front, but maybe nothing is better than building your own, because nobody else can cancel you. Nobody else can stop your check if it's your own thing. Is the work harder? Of course it's going to be harder. Is it going to be more work? Of course it will. You're going to have to ship your own stuff out. So going to just in Target, it's just, to me, it's the easier way out. And that's the only thing my beef with her would be, would it just sound like it's just like, you kind of upset because people trying to take the easy way from you, because you can still sell your product. You can still have a Tabitha Brown website. And I'm sure realistically, if she want, I don't know what her contract is with Target, but this will be the perfect time to kind of be like, okay, if y'all going to not support Target, then you can go to the Tabitha Brown website. But I'm sure she probably on some type of contract where she couldn't come out and say that, but she probably need to figure that out instead of making it seem like she tone deaf a little bit.
Such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in business in multiple ways, with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right? Are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, like, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, you know, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right?
So again, like I said, just because I mean,
So why are y'all boycotting it?
I guess because they're pulling back on their DEI programs and hiring, and of course, like I said, I think you have to be actually in corporate America to understand what that means. Because I called a homegirl of mine on my way here before we recorded, and I was asking her, like, I'm like, does she work in corporate America? And she works in an HR department. So I'm like, hey, what does this really mean? Is this really a big deal? Why are people upset about it? And she kind of was explaining it to me where it just sounds, even what Tabitha Brown is saying, where it's like they probably sometimes were choosing maybe some of these products because, like, okay, because we almost damn near like the Rooney Rule in football, where it's like, okay, we're going to put these products in the store because we might choose this black brand over some of these white brands, or we may even give some of these black brands more visibility than we normally, and not maybe just not black, but black, brown, or even LGBTQ, whatever, just basically it's a diversity hire. So just with all of that said, and giving them placements in certain stores or giving them certain looks that they may have not got as easy if there weren't for these rules, I think that's basically when they're saying they're going to pull them back now is kind of just, but still for me, what I'm sitting here saying is even just for Tabitha is like, all right, maybe you have to scale your business down a lot and kind of just, all right, if it depends, like if you don't care about it, then don't care about it. Like if you feel like I'm in great business with Target, I like the way Target took care of me, then just stand with them. Like you kind of almost realistically, sometimes you could just keep quiet. She could have just absolutely said nothing. But I do think even if you listen to her, the way she's explaining is basically sitting here saying like, hey, Target makes it way easier for me to be able to sell my product and help me. Again, like when I sit here and say it, when me selling t-shirts to the Chinese companies where they'll sit here and give you the money up front where the American companies won't. So I'm sure Target probably giving her some bread up front to fund printing whatever stuff she got or helping her, she got seasoned and helping her baby to get to the resources that some of the resources she probably couldn't have got on her own. So I get it, but there's some people with like the girl when me and you was arguing about the cooking with Kaya and the J girl. Oh, I'm sure this J girl probably thug it out on her own website. So I think if there are a lot of people who don't have the visibility that she got and they never been in Target and they just banging off of their website. So I hear what she complaining about and I understand what she complaining about, but at the same time, I do understand there's a lot of people who still just thugging it off of social media, thugging it off of their website. Like it can be done. It's not like it can't be done. But her complaint is kind of just like, you just don't really want to do the work that the Target is allowing you not to have to do. But there are so many other smaller brands that guess what? They never got in Target. So they guess what they're doing? Thugging it off of the internet. They thugging it off of the TikTok shop. They running Instagram ads. Like she has the luxury because her products are in Target. Guess what? All she got to do is just be Tabitha Brown. All she got to do is market it. All she has to do is be this lovable old school black woman that everybody love her personality via social media. She don't have to do the real business work. And I think that's realistically why she's kind of just like, hey guys, before you boycott Target and Walmart and all these other things because they pulling back their stuff is, I want to just be able to be Tabitha Brown. I don't want to have to put in the real work that most other companies, black, I don't care what race you are. There are a lot of other brands who got to get it out the mud and bang via social media and offer their own website. So, I hear, but it's just like, for me, I just, because somebody who have done both, I know it's harder, but hey, if you really still want to stay in business and you really want to call yourself an entrepreneur and a business owner, then sometimes you got to do the harder work. Everything can't be easy. That's the same way when we talk about the music stuff. Yeah, I can go run and get signed to a label, and then when the label sit here and hit you with the gloss up, like, nah, we don't want you to keep putting out music, or hit you with the Young Miami, your music ain't maturing, we cool, sit you on the shelf, then you at their mercy. But when you're an independent artist, you can drop as much as you want. I could like on the Rush shit, I could drop a new song every Friday. I could drop a project whenever I want to. I don't have no handcuffs on me because I'm my own boss for real. And I think sometimes people want the luxury of saying, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, or I got this brand and this, that, and the third, but you kind of really want to still be signed to a label. And that's just her version of being signed to a label. So like I said, you can do what you want. I do kind of just want to see, I just know personally, as y'all know me, I'd rather go to the dollar store anyway. I can take it to the dollar store. I'm cool. Like certain things the dollar store may not have when it comes to like actual smell good stuff, where Target probably do have, probably realistically got it beat. And I think that sometimes when we talk about pricing, because let's be clear, if we talk about smell goods, Bath and Body Works smell goods is 100 times better than anything you're gonna get out of Target. But we talk about price wise. That's why people go so crazy when Bath and Body Works throw one of them sales in, everybody and their mother run to them, because their price is not as everyday affordable. Like, oh, I can go spend $15 on 3 plugins from Target, where that it may be one joint in Bath and Body Works that costs you $15. It's gonna be way stronger. But just so it's just like, I think it's just price wise. And I feel for her, but it's just like, cool. If you can afford to boycott Target, or if you got the time to boycott Target, knock yourself out. I don't think a lot of y'all got the time, or you're so lazy, because even the way now, most of y'all don't even want to go do your own grocery shopping. You rather go to Instacart. And that's why it's that complaint. Oh, I don't ever want no man to pick up my Instacart stuff and this, that, and the third. Like, guess what you wouldn't have that complaint about? Take your lazy ass to the grocery store and do it yourself. Like, for that to even be a conversation piece where you see women complain about, I hate men Instacarters, then guess what, bitch? Go to the grocery store yourself. You're lazy, dog. And that's just my whole point. Of sometimes when you having these conversations and you look at the broad scheme of it, a lot of that shit just got to do with how many people just realistically lazy. And just even if you listening to Tabitha Brown and listening to actually what the layers of what she's saying, is she don't want to put in some of the work that Target allow her not to have to put in. So, like I said, take it for a grain of salt, but I do want to sit here. I'd rather get into, I'm going to play this clip of this dude real quick, because his rebuttal was kind of almost damn near what mine is. And I'm not going to lie to you. I should have absolutely started this episode off. And y'all know, if you know me personally, and I shout out to all the women who follow me on Instagram, because we was having these back and forths all week about tonight's conversation. This is the homer that I told y'all that relationship podcast shit is absolute bullshit. I told y'all, and I can't wait I should have came in with this, but I kind of was just waiting for just to warm it up, but we gonna get into that, because I swear to God, my favorite place to record from you is I Told You So Records. And I told y'all, there is not a man on planet Earth who can absolutely wake up every morning and want to talk about relationship shit, and you actually believe this. But we're gonna get into that in a few seconds.
Oh, hi. About 3 months ago, y'all had me on a cross on Calvary, in between two thieves, ready to crucify me for telling you the truth. All I said was, if a person owned their product line from its inception to its delivery, they would make more money. And you really thought that I had an issue? I was envious, or I was jealous? You really thought that? Now look at what happened. Less than 48 hours after President Trump issued the orders to roll back DEI, one of your favorite shopping establishments, Target, has now dismantled their entire DEI program. I don't know what this means in the long run for anybody, so I can't speak on that. But as for me, and I'm a Target aficionado, they will never see another dime of my money at all. Now, for those of you who think I'm gloating, I'm a Capricorn. Jesus was a Capricorn. Capricorns are rarely wrong. I hold on to this the statement and the testament I gave you months ago. If you own it, it don't matter what they do. They can't take it away from me. I had a whole cauldron of haters trying to take everything I owned. I outsmarted, outwitted all of them. Guess what? I still own it. That's all I came by to say. If you own it, they can't take it from you. Now, you go on and have a good day.
So like I said, I'm here. I want to get into tonight's conversation. Shout out to Keita Rose. I know I see a lot of people who don't like her delivery. I talk fast, so I'm never mad to a fast talker. What 50 Cent say? You say I'll talk too fast, you just listening slow. So all I'm just sitting here saying is I know some people, I see it in the comment section. I know a lot of people feel it. And me and a homegirl of mine, I'm not even saying homegirl, a girl that I was actually dating, and we stopped dating because she kept trying to send me indirectly, sending me relationship advice shit. And I kept saying, bro, this ain't real life. This shit, because no relationship is one size fit all. And when a podcaster tried to make you think that, and listen to what I'm saying, this is, and I don't say this in a gloating way, this is from a man who has dated and has slept with hundreds of women. And I know for a fact, one woman from 1 to 600, each one of them was different. So there's no way in hell I could ever get on this mic and try to make it seem like every one of these situations and the way I got in the bed with every one of the women was the same exact way. It wasn't, dog. So that's my whole point. When you listen to, and when you see women sit here, and I shout out to Keita Rose, goddamn. But when you sit here and see this, and you see women eat it up, it's almost like a false prophet. Everybody's so easy, and this is, you know what's so baffling to me? It's so easy how y'all can point out, oh, Jamal O'Brien, he don't know shit, he ain't no good pastor because he's a cheater. You can point out that, but you sit here and your brain thought, oh, this relationship nigga was telling me the truth. You have never, guess what? All of y'all got family. You go to your family cookouts, you go to your Thanksgiving. I have never been to no black cookout and no black pick a holiday. I've never in my life went to a holiday and it's a bunch of men in there and niggas sitting around. I don't give a fuck if it's Memorial Day and ain't nothing but the NBA finals close to going on. Niggas is sitting here as grown men sitting here talking about fucking relationships. They talk about whatever game, even if your team ain't on. You giving your opinion on the NBA finals. You can't wait to see who your team that already drafted, whatever in football. You're talking about sports. So that's why, as a man, listening to men, every time you see this nigga and you scroll, all he trying to do is give you relationship advice. If that wasn't this nigga ain't never give you not one sports take, never told you his favorite song or nothing. He literally just give you, man, yeah, all right, cool. It is what it is. Ha ha, I get the last laugh. So that's, let me get right into, where we going? Keita Rose, my girl Keita Rose, taking the church Rose. Here we go. Is this the first one?
Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So because I'm unemployed, this is my content now. So if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So this is the creator of the pod. This is Randy Rosario, Mike the Poet, Trip Fontaine, fine ass Keita Rose, and Mojo Jojo. A lot of you guys are like, well, I don't care about this bitch or that bitch. Where's my favorite? Oh, shit, there she go to your favorite. She be dropping them gems. This is Kitty Rose. She got Randy out quick, fast. She said, I want your spot. How can I manipulate everyone to get it? I'm going to detail that, though, in the following episodes. It's going to be like 500 episodes. Uh-oh, bonus feature. This guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married, and she can't stand side bitches, and she can't stand cheating women. Ho, the drama, the tea. Hope we all heal. Hi, and welcome to episode 1.
That wasn't even the right one that I wanted to play. Where the fuck? I hate when people send me too much shit. Hold on. Where we go there? Who else in this shit? Second. Oh man, I hate when people send me too much stuff and I can't find what I'm looking for. Damn. How I can't find the junk now? This shit about to blow me. Or maybe she deleted it and that's why I can't. Oh man, it's about to piss me off. Oh, here we go.
Like 9 employees. He is like 55. He gets to pick which one he either sleeps with or yells at, and sometimes they get both. Jesus, so scary.
And just real quick, for people who maybe just need a backstory, there's the woman that she's kind of, I guess, really her real smoke with. I know they kind of, their names are, from hers is Keita Rose, and the other lady is a dark-skinned lady. And I know people, one time they killed me on TikTok because when I was describing Jared, what was it? What's the girl name when Young Thug was talking to Mariah the Scientist and he was talking to Durka? They killed, I swear, this video still go viral today and it'd be a new comment on it. Why you had to sit here and say she the dark-skinned girl, bro? Because one is light-skinned and one is dark-skinned, and neither one of them have a song, did you know? So that's the only way I can sit here and separate the two. So I already learned that one, so I'm kind of mentally preparing myself right now that's how people would drag it. But that's the only way I can describe one of these women are light skinned, the other one is dark skinned. But the dark skinned woman, she 9 times out of 10, anytime, and we have played clips of her on this show because when she do be talking, she be dropping them gems. I'm talking about, she be literally like Steph Curry for 3, hit you with the night like that. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't want to discredit when she be spitting bars, but my biggest beef with just having a relationship podcast and that's all you talk about to me is absolutely insane because it just not humanly, it just don't make sense to me. So that is my biggest thing. Her pick and her beef with her was like, you preach all of this stuff to these people, but you were just living a lie. And that's why I kind of brung it into the church. And I even mentioned Jamal Brown because there is so many people who kind of like, don't preach it if you can't walk like you talk. And I feel like we live in a day and age of social media. Like if you really this high, strong, and you can explain how great relationships is, then show me how great your relationship is. The same way you wouldn't go to a personal trainer with a gut. Like a personal trainer at least need to have a clean 4-pack. Like a good 4-pack and a nice jawline, cheekbone structure or something. You're not going to a personal trainer with a fucking beer belly. You're not going to a personal trainer who can't sit here and dumbbell curl over 40 pounds. Like he's struggling to pick up the 40-pound dumbbells. Like you wouldn't have that be somebody be your personal trainer. Like let's be serious. But when we talk about relationship stuff, because so many, and that's why if you have ever even seen videos of these shows, there are so many women who are thirsty to just find love. And if you're that thirsty for find love, then settle and stop looking for somebody to preach you the good word because nobody's going to be able to preach you to find love. It's not going to happen. No podcaster, nobody on no panel is going to be able to coach you to find love. Because if they was keeping it a buck with you, they'll just tell you, hey, you ugly, you need to take your fat ass to the gym. That's it. That's it. Ain't nothing else. Get sexy on these motherfuckers. Get fine on these hoes. I can't remember whose song that is, but that's just what you need to do. If you're looking for love and you are that thirsty, become so desirable that everybody and their mother is thirsty for you. If you cannot come generational fine, if you can't get on social media and be like, damn, every time I post a picture, they go crazy, they in my DMs, then you got to work harder on you and stop thinking that some fucking body gonna tell you, oh, they should just take you for how you is and you can't go 50-50. Like, think about all of that dumb ass conversations that you took in by somebody who was just living a fucking bald-faced lie the whole time. Shout out to tonight conversation you just gave me free.
So scary. I didn't sleep with him. Don't worry, you guys. Don't worry. I didn't sleep with him. Yeah, but she wanted to be top dog. It's mine. People are clapping for me. People are taking my fake ass advice, which is awesome. No one cares. Here's the thing about what I don't understand about taking me down. What I don't get about trying to take me out and get me fired and get Mojo Jojo mad at me and all this stuff. What I don't get is we are not even in the same lane. I make jokes. If you've ever been to a show, I make jokes. You give fake ass advice you don't live by. We are not the same. I tell jokes. Ba-da-ba. That's me. You give that fake ass advice. So why are you trying to take me out? You should be mad at the other therapist that you didn't like me talking to. I used to just say hi. Imagine just you're at the break room just getting some water. This is me getting some water. Another therapist come in. Hey, how you doing? Then the other life coach, why the fuck you talking to her? Stop talking to her. I said, what she do? She be talking shit about me on stage. I be on that same stage. Don't nobody be talking shit about her. She be like, I be like, but I was like, oh, okay, well, I understand.
Let me speak.
I get it. They'll arrest both in Texas. They only arrested her. That's why I was weird. Because I was like, what you mean? I was like, what you mean? But anyway, she had went to jail for, I guess, hurting the husband or something. Whew. I mean, I am tired. all this news. I said, oh my God, poochie popping, lies, scandal. Oh gosh.
All right, to speed it up, because like I said, I know I just for a lot of people they don't like her delivery, but I guess realistically to kind of read some of everything she was basically calling this woman out for, basically was saying this woman was a cheater, she wasn't faithful to her husband, and the lifestyle that she was portraying herself. She even played a clip with one of them. She ended the video with the dark skin lady talking about she liked to get peed on and she liked to eat ass. So it was like one of those, like she ended one of her jokes with that lady's clip. And people probably, like I said, sometimes if you've been on social media long enough, you're going to have things that people will be able to pull up to kind of be like, hey, this was the person that y'all was taking all this crazy advice from. And I'm not sitting here saying you can't give people relationship advice if you like to get peed on or you like to eat man's booty. I mean, yeah, but I don't necessarily know if I would take relationship advice from somebody who say they like to get peed on. That's kind of crazy. But again, like I said, it just, when we talking about taking relationship advice, I think you have to, for me personally, I need to be able to see you walk it like you talk it. The same way, again, when I'm tying in a personal trainer, I need my personal trainer to actually look like they work out. And that's why I always just sit here and stand firm on, I like DJ Envy podcast with him and his wife, and I like what's the other two, the Ellises. They're actually married, they actually got kids, they talk about their hardship, how it didn't work, but sitting here trying to make it seem like, hey, my advice is the perfect advice when it comes to dating, and you should sit here and pay hundreds of dollars to come and see. And I'm not trying to knock the hustle, I'm just telling you, just calling a spade. The same way I feel some type of way about when pastors be at churches and they keep bringing the damn collection plate around a lot. I'm like, damn, dog, like what is you trying to fatten your pockets, or you really trying to spread the good word? It's the same way. In my thought, in my process, in my conversation with that never wavers. I say the same thing about pastors who sit here and bring that donation plate around too many times. I feel the same way about people who just, because there is a lot of weak people out here. And the sad thing is more weak women, because it's a lot of men who go to them things because they know it's weak women in there looking for love. If I know it's a bunch of women in here just thirsty to find a relationship, guess where I'm going to go? To tonight's conversation. Because I know the women in here are desperate. You paid hundreds of dollars to hear somebody give you relationship advice. You're desperate, dog. It ain't no other way around it. So of course, if I'm a nigga and I'm a nigga who I'm really on some sniper time, this is the perfect place to go. What else is no other place more better to go than somewhere you know people paid hundreds of dollars to get advice on? And then if a woman see a man in a junk, it hurts. She's so dumb and so green. She gonna think, oh, he really trying to get healed. No, that nigga just really know how to run game. Because if you see him here, you gonna think, oh, he's emotionally intelligent. He understand what the word that they spreading. And that's why he in here. So now you giving niggas cheeks. So like I said, if you go to this girl, if you go to her Instagram page, her page is Key to Rose. She break down a lot of them junks where she was saying the main dude who run the junk. He was here. I ain't mad. Listen to what I'm saying. As a man, I ain't mad at him for clapping cheeks, but I'm just mad at the false hope he was selling people. Because if it was me, and I'm on the road and there's hundreds of women coming to see me talking, they thirsty as hell, I'm clapping cheeks too. I'm not making it like but guess what? I ain't going to do neither. I ain't going to come on this goddamn podcast every week and act like I'm telling you the greatest advice ever when it comes to get married. Because guess what? I ain't married and I don't have no fucking kids. I ain't even, the longest relationship I ever been in is 4 years. So how the hell can I come on here and try to tell you some mysterious way to get married? I ain't married. So when you hear these niggas giving you these advices and making it like these some super stand-up people, like, you got to walk it like you talking. And again, if you want some real relationship advice, go listen to people who are actually in relationships. And if you're in a relationship 9 times out of 10, guess who you're going to podcast with? The person you're in a relationship with. There's no way in hell you're going to be this great man giving out this great advice, but you and your significant other not partying, you partying with just a bunch of random ass people. That don't make sense. But again, because women be so fucking thirsty and so desperate to think that somebody can talk you into a good relationship, you gonna sit here and go pay hundreds of dollars to hear a nigga tell you a bunch of bald-faced lies. And then you sit here and say, oh, niggas ain't shit. Well, no, bitch, you just stupid as shit. And that's why you just wasted hundreds of dollars to listen to somebody tell you a bald-faced lie. And I see even women sitting here trying to deny this woman telling you her real life experience. I'm like, oh, she just hating. She sound like she did this and the third. All right, if that's how you feel. These is what y'all the same. I'm sure 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna tell you what type of women feel like she telling a lie on this dude who run the jump. She call him Mojo Jojo in the stories. Y'all the same type of bitches that think Meg Thee Stallion lying about Tory Lanez. I get it. It's a space for that. I understand what space we in. I understand what type of people want. One thing I do, I take time to understand people on the internet. And I understand we live in desperate times, desperate measures. A lot of y'all getting old. You want to settle down. All I'm going to tell you is take your fat ass to the gym, tighten it up, get it right. That's it. Become a baddie. Stop posting all them fucking memes. Unfollow Justin LaBoy. Get Sexyy. Post more thirsty pictures. I'd rather a woman sit here and post her ass on a sink than sit here and post 20 Justin LaBoy posts a day. Them fucking memes ain't gonna make me fucking appreciate you no more. Bitch, you still gotta lose the weight, though. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I promise you, lose the weight, gain some confidence, post more thirst trap. I'd rather you sit here and start a thirsty close friends or OnlyFans page than you post a bunch of stupid ass memes. Because the memes ain't gonna get you nowhere but played and disfumbulated, and you're gonna feel some type of way. But while we talking about relationships and we can kind of move on, y'all know my favorite show on the internet is The Red Balloon, baby.
Did you end up popping his?
I think just off of the paint, the spray for the hair. That's the only reason. Otherwise, he looks like a very nice gentleman.
Do you have anything to say?
Hey, this is a barber thing. It's a New York thing. It's an Atlanta thing. So when you become,
It's not really a bad thing. I'm sorry.
no, it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying I'll let you speak about it, but it's a New York thing. It's an Atlanta thing, you know. So you pay a couple of extra dollars when you get one of these. So yeah, so this is something that's actually respected. But again, that's what it is. That's what it is.
I will say the lineup is all really nice. It was really, really tough decision.
Okay. Thank you.
Just real quick, because I'm not gonna lie to you, as somebody who it was a former recipient of getting the Beijing sprayed on you, and you have to sometimes. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna tell you when you really have that real conversation with yourself is if a woman got some nice linens on her bed and you start to see the little black sprinkles in her bed. If you ever ate some box, and especially if you fucking with a light skinned broad and you start to see the black joints like around her leg because the shit start rubbing off, because with the heat it's going to eventually rub off. So the worst time for it to rub off is in the bed, or if you eating some pussy, you're going to look crazy, dog, and you're going to feel some type of way, because guess what? The worst thing that can happen to you is if you go into her house with a fresh joint and then you see his, oh, your spray on super fresh, you got to get in the shower eventually. Y'all really having real sex. Your shit gonna start to sweat a little bit. So now you can go in with your lineup one way, and if you have a good ass night, you may get ready to leave in the next morning and look like a total different nigga. So to just completely avoid this shit, I'd be like, bro, I'm cool. I'd rather just thug it with the hat and let my shit grow out. This here, keep letting the nigga spray me down. Because you keep getting sprayed down with that fucking Beijing, you are never guaranteed to know how you're gonna look if you stay the night. And especially if you putting in real work. Because that shit is embarrassing, dog. If you sitting here eating some box and you start to look between her legs and see these little black fucking, you know where it's coming from. It's coming from the Beijing. So for this nigga to say, man, it's a New York thing, it's a Atlanta thing. No, nigga, it's a getting old thing. And you don't want to be honest with yourself and sit here and say, one, your beard ain't connecting, and it's time to give up that motherfucking funky ass hairline. I'm sorry, dog. We gotta keep it real today. We ain't gonna do nothing else. We gonna keep it real. And I promise you, for people who are here on YouTube because of the Akademiks thing, we gonna get to Akademiks. I'm gonna spank his ass too, but I'm gonna give him a little bit of grace too, because I have been the older nigga who teased your little cousin. He just shouldn't have probably did it on live stream. Sometimes it's the time and the place. Because I got little cousins that I sit here have done the same exact thing. Like, damn, you ain't getting no pussy, little nigga. But we gonna let's slow down. Let's finish with the Beijing shit, and I'll get the Akademiks in a few seconds. But like I said, y'all got any thoughts or anything on, I guess, the last stuff that we've been talking about for a couple minutes, tonight's conversation or the nigga spraying the Beijing?
No, not really. No.
Was you surprised about the tonight's conversations thing, though?
I'm not surprised about it because it's not the first time that somebody's giving relationship advice and they don't live like walk it like they talk it.
Yeah, Derek Jackson.
It's an easy way to get people to reel them in, and you know what I'm saying, to get the following and money or whatever. It's an easy way to do it.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, and I understand it because it is so, bro. I'm talking about the easiest low hanging fruit. Like,
I'm not gonna say that they're not telling it. Like, sometimes some of it makes sense. It makes sense what they're saying. They're just not. They might not be doing what they're saying, but a lot of it makes sense. A lot of it could actually work.
Work to, I guess, to what extent though?
Like, so what you looking for?
Like, I mean, I hear you, but I just still, I don't know. I think, of course, let's be clear. Do I think people can give you the right advice sometimes? Yes. And do I think that, I think realistically, to me, even if you're going to do it in podcast, you can do it because you're adults. If we're not sitting here, if you're not a kid and you are a human, most people who take in content or you sit and create content, of course you are trying to date. But I think for somebody where you're sitting here saying, all I'm going to do is literally get on this junk and all I'm going to tell you is relationship advice, and I'm single and not in a long-term relationship, not married, haven't raised a bunch of kids. To me, that shit is all scream a bunch of red flags. Unless you about to sit here and give me free game on how to be a dog. If you ain't about to give me one of them jokes, then it's like, what are we talking about?
But you be speaking from experience.
But I'm here to do a job though. I'm not here to tell you, like, I can give you advice and tell you what to do and what not to do. I don't have to tell you my life story. That's on you. That's me selling the product. I don't have to do the product for you to sell the product. To get you to buy them cars and play them games, I got to sell you the product. I got to make it look good.
Yeah,
I don't have to walk it like I talk it.
But to me, I think you should walk it like you talk it, because I think even if you ever watch, let's even tie back into drugs. The best drug dealer sometimes even look at Scarface. You got to take that hit a little bit. You got to let people know that this is a real party drug. It's going to really get the party cracking. Because I just think about sometimes because people that I may have personally bump shoulders with, when you sit here and be like, people can sit here and pull and give you so much crazy, like they can sit here and get on and I can talk about all this relationship shit and they be single as hell, ain't seen a good man in God knows how long. How are you talking to hundreds of people, thousands of people?
But that's experience, right? You speaking off experience.
How? What's your experience? You haven't experienced a good man. That's why you single. How the fuck can you tell somebody
else? Know that though? Maybe they fumbled that good person that they have so they can give you that advice.
That ain't 9 times out of 10. That ain't how people present themselves.
Right, you're not gonna present it because you're not
because you don't want to tell the truth, because the truth isn't as easy and fun to digest as me sitting here telling you, oh, you shouldn't go 50-50 with nobody on no bills because you are the prize, honey.
Well, no, I feel like a lot of that stuff is just like relationship based. Like that don't fit for everybody's relationship. So if you saying don't go 50-50 or you shouldn't do this, it's kind of based off how you want to run your relationship. But if you giving advice on how to treat somebody, how to talk to somebody, then because
the name of it is Tonight Conversation. It's to have a conversation. It's not to have a perfect relationship. It's not to be faithful, it's tonight's conversation, to have a conversation. So that's why I'm saying I don't get like what's the whole big fuss about. Niggas cheat, women cheat. I mean, what's the issue?
I think because people looked at them like because the way
but nobody's perfect. But that's what I'm saying. But
when you present yourself like you perfect, you present yourself like you got all the answers. Sway. That's how people gonna judge you. But that's just like a pastor. Just like a pastor. The same way you be having smoke for pastors when they not living it like they do, because that's the way that they present. And when you see their clips don't come off as somebody just telling you from their genuine experience. Their clip, besides the dude that everybody kind of upset about, what's the light skinned nigga, the light skinned skinny nigga who looked like he looked like Nipsey Hussle brother a little bit. That dude, I forgot what his name is, but that dude right there, he kind of most of the time when you hear him speak, his shit seemed a little bit more from a genuine place, and that's why he would. Yeah, the one with the beard, and that's why he don't seem. Oh, it's over. Is the game over? Yeah. Kansas City won. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck Josh Allen. So, but just like I said, just with all of that being said, I think just sometimes it's just how you present yourself. When you present it like it's perfect and you giving out free game and you kind of almost taking time to use where you ishing on other men, and that's the dude, the main dude who run the joint, who platform it is. That's how he 9 times out of 10. That's how he come off. He come off as you need a man like me. If you don't get a man like me, he just out of pocket. That's how he portrays himself. That's how he come off. When I hear clips and when I see him talk, that's how he talk. He talk like he's talking from the best version of a man that you need to kind of find. So that's why I say he said that, because it wouldn't be realistically if these people didn't carry themselves a certain way. This wouldn't even be a talking point. Like nobody, bro, listen. If you listen to enough podcasts, bro, podcast breakup. It happened all the time. Listen to what I'm saying. Joe Budden and he ain't got that many fucking clips. He ain't had that many millions of people. Though this girl got millions of people watching these jokes when she breaking them down, and she's smart. She is milking it. Because realistically, she probably could have got all of this out on one Instagram live, but she'd be like, shit, okay, you kick me off the show. You're going to stop the way I'm eating. I'm going to sit here and milk it. Dog, them jokes, you go look at her videos. She got her very first joke, damn near got like 5 million views on it. Because people, it's damn near almost literally like people feel like, oh, I'm putting almost damn near like whatever your favorite pastor, I'm putting him on blast. The same way people was kind of like on the fence when niggas was trying to throw TD Jakes into the Diddy stuff. That's how people treating this, because that's the way they presented themselves. It's not, like I said, it's nothing wrong with giving people relationship advice, but you can't sit here and give it from a place where you almost like you feel like you speaking down to the people and then making it seem like if you ain't meeting people at this type of level and they ain't coming this type of way, they're coming absolutely wrong, because every relationship is not one size fit all. When you're trying to date somebody, everybody, we talk about this all the time, everybody not gonna like flowers. Some people not gonna like cats. It's just so much different priorities with shit because every person is different. So that's not my whole point. When I'm listening to somebody, you can't present it like it's relationships is one size fit all. When you try to present it like it's one size fit all, it's not, that shit ain't never gonna be perfect. And that's just, to me, is kind of like where it is with them. But we ain't got to keep beating that dead horse. I guess what, just before we get out of the relationship, let me just play 2 more clips from the Red Balloon Joint. Like, this is my favorite. The reason why I love the Red Balloon relationship stuff more than, because it's just real people actually trying to experience people. And this is the perfect example of not one size fit all, because every dude, when they go into this room, if there's 1 woman and 7 men, or 7 men and 1 woman, however the room is played out at that time, you can see they pop the balloon for different reasons. Why? Because everybody's dating experience is going to be completely different. Everybody's looking for something completely different. We all could be looking at the same exact woman, but it could be different reasons why everybody popped their balloon. Because that, to me, is more like the real life thing. Because if you're trying to date people, everybody in this room may see you completely different. So that's why I love this show, because it's more authentic to what real people got to go through when you sit here trying to date somebody.
And why do you have your balloon unpopped?
Oh, okay. Demetrius, 37. Oh, I got it pop because I got a theory. I ain't gonna lie. She 180, she a lady. 210, let me in. And I ain't gonna hold you. She all, I mean, that's why I work out. Yeah, but that's why I got it on pop. But also I got a question though. You said something. What did you do? You said
I am a loan processor.
You said something else though.
And I'm an astrologer.
Okay, because you mentioned that Leo. You big on that?
Oh, that's my business. Yeah.
What you mean? Like you do tarot cards or something?
Well, I do tarot, but my business is astrology. I do people's charts, astrocartography, birth charts, all of it.
Do that is that like you still believe in God with that, or how does that work?
God made the universe, right?
Okay.
God made the rocks, the earth.
What kind of Leo? You July or you August? August what, like 2? Like 2nd?
15.
I mean? Oh, the 15. Okay.
You know a lot, huh?
No, I don't know a lot. I try to get away from it. I try to get my birthday January 13th.
Okay, Capricorn.
You said it. I didn't. But yeah.
Name an age.
I just like that. I like the more, or that's my last one. I like just the originality of the realistically. And she was a big jump, and everybody else popped their balloon because she was a big jump, but he liked it. You heard what he said. 188, 210, let me in. I respect
Unless
it.
you're type.
She's attractive.
Okay, cool. Why do we end up popping his?
I think just off of the.
Oh, yeah, okay, that was the same one from earlier. So that's cool. So let's get into academics, because I know people here on the YouTube channel, that is what you're here for. So let's go ahead and get right into DJ Akademiks. We can start off with, I gotta want to start off with the original Jones instead of just his response, because he kind of did go crazy. And to be honest, like I said, one of the parts that he said, I do agree with. I do think that a lot of people love to sit here and try to cancel Akademiks who didn't help create Akademiks. And I say this all the time. It don't matter, even if it's not about Akademiks, it's about whoever. If you are not one of the original people, matter of fact, when we talked about it last week, when we talked about if you seen a flyer with Nelly, Snoop, and Soulja Boy and Rick Ross on it, would you actually go to the show? And if the answer was no, and let's be clear, and I seen people, again, that's why I love TikTok, because you see so many people who was like, man, I seen Nelly on the he was opening it up for Janet Jackson. I seen him at the Janet Jackson. Cool. I'm not listening to what I'm saying. When I say stuff, I know it's not going to be a one size fit all. I'm talking to the majority though. The majority of the people couldn't tell you the last time they even seen Nelly perform, if they ever seen him perform in real life. So that's my kind of even bringing that back into when we talk about what Akademiks is. I do feel like the people who get super frustrated or upset and always quick to try to cancel Akademiks, I don't think realistically those are the people who actually take in Akademiks content on a regular everyday basis. Like the reason why he's Akademiks is not because of the people on the Shade Room or the Neighborhood Talk. And I played a clip of him when he even addressed those people, because those aren't the people who helped get him popular.
If Max said he wanted to try fucking a dude, will you let him fuck you?
No.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. You can have.
Wait. If I can't fuck you, I'm cutting you off.
No, yo. Suppose he's like, yo, bro. Listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yo, I'm not gay.
Nah,
you suck a dick though.
Yeah.
Yes, with it.
Yo. If Max said he wanted to try fucking a dude, will you let him fuck you?
So of course, I mean the big and listen, and I feel like this conversation was longer than that. Hold on.
Hold on
Yeah,
now.
hold
on now. This is what Akademiks said in this
clip. If Max said he wanted to try fucking a dude, will you let him fuck you?
No.
Why not? Yo, you can have.
Wait. If I can't fuck you, I'm cutting you off.
No, yo. Suppose he's like, yo, bro, listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yo, I'm not gay.
Nah, you
And he's not. It's not.
So of course, like I said, just and I get realistically in the crazy. Let me take back whatever I said earlier about teasing a little cousin not getting pussy because I maybe. I forgot. No. Yeah. Let me take that back. Because I almost was about to shoot him some bill. Definitely, when I'm listening to it again and actually taking it in to have conversation about it, Akademiks is completely out of pocket just for two reasons. One, because you're trying to sit here and converse. Hey, I don't care what y'all relationship is. This could be damn near your little brother. You shouldn't have that conversation with a 15-year-old about doing some gay shit. Like that's the part that kind of like if you were sitting here saying, hey, because I think the conversation went a little bit longer where they started to talk about was he dating girls or whatever the case may be. Now, let's be clear. That's a conversation that, like I said, that's why I said this original clip, that clip right there is like, okay, it's out of pocket. Nobody in like hearing a grown man in their 30s talking to a 15-year-old about doing some gay shit is out of pocket, dog. Nobody want to hear. I don't even like the age group is what really going to trigger people. But just realistically, you sit here trying to sit here and say, hey, why wouldn't you do this if he gonna give you a look? Like you trying to damn near converse this little youngin to sit here and think about taking some pipe so he can get his string popping. Like that's crazy, dog. There's no way you can kind of sit here and try to sugarcoat that. And for people who feel like you should be able to sugarcoat that, I'm listening to what I'm telling you. Again, I'm gonna say this, and I've said this for probably the last 3 weeks. What has got Akademiks popular originally, bro, just state the news. It ain't nothing wrong with just giving up the news. All the extra trying to give it personality, give your opinion on shit, that's what's constantly fucking you up and making you lose credibility. You got here, even if you want to sit here and say you want to take back for how you did the war on Chirac, or you want to sit here and try to, and I get it, and I understand that's probably a little bit why he leans more into giving his opinion or giving hot takes, because he may consciously, I've heard him on different spaces where he feels some type of way about how people judge him for the way he covered the war on Chirac. Cool, but I don't care. Guess what? Because it's still niggas on CNN, Fox News, or whatever. They just report the news. That is what Akademiks does great. All the extra shit is when people kind of be like, bro, what's up with you? Like, can you slow down? Can you stop? You just opening up the door where niggas can't even defend you because you just becoming the corniest warrior on the fucking floor. Like nobody can, as a fucking man in his 40s, I cannot sit here and give you no type of favor or grace for that. Because if that was my little brother, I would dog walk your ass. There's no way. And for people who tried, like you don't have, if you try to find a way to sit here and say this is okay 9 times out of 10, you are just one of these niggas who play this stupid ass game. When I see my nephews playing this game, I'm like, bro, why y'all playing with these fucking characters with BBLs and guns? Like, what the fuck is this? So like to see even grown people sit here and just play this shit and talk, like I can't relate to that shit because I still got to go outside, though. My brain ain't never going to function like that. Sorry. It's just not. So I don't have no compassion for that. So like, yeah, if you were sitting here teasing a 15-year-old, because like I said, even if Akademiks is just a fresh 30, I've done this to my cousins where they may be 8 years younger than me, and 10 years ago I might have been like, oh, you don't get no. Guess what's so funny about just how life worked? I used to tease my little cousin about not getting no pussy. He got 2 kids now. I still don't even have none. So now he be having a joke on me when we see he go to Holly. Oh, damn, nigga, you gay? Why you ain't got no kids yet? But guess what? The time's reversed. He older now. Now he can tease me because he got kids. I don't got none. So we just going off of paper who look like they don't get no pussy. Guess what? I come to the family functions with no kids, so I don't look like I get no pussy. But the conversation ain't never going to be talking to no man like, damn, hey, would you take some dick so you can get more views? Bro, that sounds crazy. It's no way in hell. As just, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you love streaming. I don't care how much you love Akademiks. You cannot be okay with a nigga telling another nigga you should take some pipe so a nigga can watch more of your streaming videos. Bro, that's crazy. I don't care. It ain't no way you can dress that up. If you feel like that's okay, you need to go outside and get shot. Actually go outside and let something violent happen to you so you can go back in the house and can understand how the real world actually works. Because that type of conversation, if that little boy had a real father or a brother, somebody who cared about him, I'm telling you, most of the time when these conversations go, nothing ain't never happened to you in real life. When something happens to you in real life, I promise you, the way you control and talk on social media, in the YouTube comments and whatever, you will think a little bit twice about how you communicate with people. I promise you, that's all I had to do. Do you ever think twice about it? You'll be like, damn, I may have been in a situation like this. I may have seen this go left. I understand how this can go left. When most people, you don't never understand how this can go left, that means you just spend too much time on the internet. Get off the internet a little bit. Go somewhere violent to get to comprehend what violence look like in real life. I promise you, when you see it on the internet or you hear or see weird stuff on the internet, you'll be able to digest it a little bit differently and be able to like, okay, I get it. I understand where this is wrong at. I understand where this is corny at. But again, I'm going to play his his response to it. Because like I said, I can see both sides of the track. I do agree where you can't cancel somebody. And I even played the clip when he tried to sit here and say he looked out for Slim before. Or is this hold on?
A lot of you, this shit turned me so off. Like, I swear to God, and I never swear to God, I never need to be on Kai, Max, Aiden, nobody's stream. I don't need none of nobody who stream. I got my own thing going on. The fuck? So when I see this shit piss me off. I'm like, bro, I'm over here fucking with these niggas, supporting them. If y'all niggas think acting some type of pussy, real talk. I'm gonna show you how. Yo, Grand, I promise you, no more Max clips. I promise you. Every clip you see from Max from now on, I guarantee you, $3,000 a clip. Every label pay me that. I show too much love. Yo, I show too much love to ever be called a weirdo. I show too much love. So I promise you, yo, Max, I fuck with.
All right, let me
just because you show love.
Let me help you just a little bit, Academics, just slow down. And this is the difference sometimes where I think sometimes you need older people in just the space of the internet. They kind of, even if they sound like the old head, cool, that's cool. Sometimes you need to listen to an old head. Because I was young and it's a lot of things that old heads have told me that I wish I would listen to. Biggest thing I could tell you ever regret I had in life, buying a charger. And I paid over, I'm talking about like my interest rate on that charger was like 21%. And an older dude, just because the way he presented himself, he looked like an unk, but he told me, he was like, man, how much that charger cost? I was like, 40,000. He's like, you know what you could have did? You could have went to Baltimore. And this at this time when Baltimore houses was going for like maybe like $1,000. Now, you know how many houses and many rows of houses you could have bought in Baltimore? At that time, I'm like literally 21. So I'm not thinking nothing about that. Can't thinking twice about no real estate. But that's the biggest advice that somebody told me that I live with that regret today. Because I'm like, damn, you know how much bread I've had, and probably no exaggeration, 6 cars since that charger. But realistically, that one car, you could have sit here and avoided that. And I could have, them next 6 cars could have been all foreigns and some whole other things, literally. So that's when we sit here saying sometimes you need to be able to, I understand we live in a day and age where it's just numbers, because Academics got numbers. So some people, if you live only on the internet, his word is law, because you may want to be a streamer. You may want to be able to have an opinion that's popular in hip hop. So you just going off of his numbers. So you feel like his word is law. 9 times out of 10, you don't have a man in your house, and no man in your family love you. It's okay. I'm sorry. I love you. So let me be the man in your family. Tell your cousins, tell your friends, hey, it's an older dude who actually got some love for us and is not going to try to direct us in the wrong way. And guess what? I'm here for the bullshit. I listen to all the stupid rap you listen to, so we can find some common ground to relate on. But when we're talking about adult matters that's out of pocket, I'm telling you, this is out of pocket for an adult man to talk to a 15-year-old. And if that was your 15-year-old child or little brother, you think about how you would feel if this was just screw if it was Academics. If this was just some random dude in your neighborhood and you could actually physically put hands on him, how would you respond if you heard somebody talking to your 15-year-old son or your 15-year-old little brother or 15-year-old cousin like that? That sometimes you have to be able to do that, because my response for anything is going to be, if I had to see this person in real life, how would I handle this? So that thing for Academics saying you showing people love, just Diddy showed endless niggas love. Listen to anybody when they giving you their old bad boy stories and their testimonies. Diddy put Mace on. If everybody love to watch Cam and Mace, anytime you have ever heard Mace talk about Diddy, it's never been in his favor. Anytime you see any of the making of the band dudes talk about Diddy, he put them on. He looked out for them. He changed their life in some sort. But guess what? You still don't hear them talk. That don't mean what he did to them wasn't foul, wasn't out of pocket, that he put them on a dickhead contract. All of these things can still be true. So like I said, I'm gonna play this other clip of him, and then we can move on to whatever else.
Conversations happen. We need a cancel act. This is about the 18th time y'all have tried to have this conversation. I do want to let y'all know, whether you're another community, whether you're the bitches with 15 baby daddies who are on baller alert, or the neighborhood talk, or you're one of those Kendrick fans who are upset that, I'm sorry, Drake still is giving BTA belt to ass. I get it. Y'all are upset. How do we cancel act? I'm still the biggest. Pause. You can't cancel what you didn't build. If you're my audience, don't have no sympathy for me, I've always said, I ain't gonna lie, I've done a lot of bullshit up in this game. Trust me, I've got mine off. This issue aside, which I am wrong. I will be better. This is a teachable moment. I also don't think it's only a teachable moment for me. For me, at first, I'm looking at like, that's like a little bro. Like, yo, don't y'all? I don't know about y'all, but like, I used to tease my cousin even when he was underage, like, yo, nigga, you don't got a girl? But that's not an explanation, and I understand it, okay? Hopefully people can learn from this whole little scandal with me. And I hope, you know, the streaming community and anybody who watches it and participates, I hope those people, you know, whether you're underage or not, you know, we're streamers who benefit from everybody viewing us. So I hope we all change and act accordingly. For me, obviously, I got to watch my speech. That's clear. A very regretful moment had far built this platform to be that irresponsible, right? And of course, I could throw out any type of excuses. Oh, well, fuck all that. At the end of the day, first of all, I'm probably older than all y'all anyway. Like, you know, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't need the other shit. So I'll just take the responsibility. I should do better and will do better. And I think that's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Should do better, will do better. I'm gonna use it as a teachable moment. Max hit me a few times. You know, he was like, yo, people running your page is posting stuff about me. I got nothing against Max. I said what I had to say last night. I stand on every word. But I have nothing against Max. Me and Max are both from Jersey. I support Max. I do appreciate his content. I do think his community is toxic. I do think at times, and again, we're not blaming Max for nothing. I think Max is a good guy. Maybe I thought that, you know, he owed me like to call me to be like, yo, what's up? But he definitely didn't. Built this platform to be that irresponsible, right? And of course, I could throw out any type of excuses. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you, this shit turned me so off. Like
So yeah, I already played the other part. So like I said, I mean, it's cool that he tried to walk it back and take it back, but I do think sometimes it just, I almost, like I said, I kind of want to kind of shoot. I can't shoot bail because I heard it, but I kind of understand, like, certain times I'm sure most people be just happy that maybe your wildest conversations just wasn't recorded. And I think sometimes you just kind of gotta, I don't even necessarily know, I understand that you kind of want to be able to reach a younger audience, because let's be clear, I do think realistically the older you get, and I think that is going to be a crossroads for academics sooner than later, is when you get older, what else are you going to talk about? Because I get it, because you only reason why you're on a stream with a 15-year-old because you're trying to figure out how can I still keep my original audience and how can I try to figure a way to trickle down on a younger audience. Because I mean, of course, it's easy to sit here and say I'm showing love, but I understand marketing, I understand promotion the same way when people get upset with Drake, where it's like, all right, yeah, you consistently doing music with all the younger dudes, and which the younger dudes at the time, they probably feel like, yeah, Drake showing us love, he throwing us an alley-oop, but then after a while, it's kind of like, you still have to be able to find a way and a space for you to be able to grow and grow your audience upwards instead of trying to grow your audience backwards. And that is realistically, that's the perfect way to eliminate this. If academics don't feel like if you 30-something years old, you probably got to cut this shit off at like 25. Like, we'll say if 30, I don't know if academics 35, but let's just say he's 33. Let's just put an age on it. You should cut it off. Like, you don't need to try to reach down damn near 20 years. Like, it's cool, bro. Don't get on no stream with nobody younger than 23. Get being on stream with a 15-year-old don't make no sense to me, dog. There's no way you can try to explain that to me. I don't care. You can see and say, oh, I'm trying to look out for, you're not, because somebody who's your day one from the Chirac ain't trying to hear you talk to no fucking 15-year-old. So that's you sitting here trying to make it seem like, yeah, I'm throwing him an alley-oop. No, you're trying to grab that young ass audience that's playing Fortnite. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to sit here and be like, okay, maybe you got to dibble and dabble in a little. And I understand you don't go outside, so you probably can't really talk about relationship shit. You're not really into sports, so I understand where that pigeonhole realistically for you, and it's probably why you kind of just still hang on by the strings when it comes to the Drake and Kendrick conversation, because you at a point where it's like, what else do I talk about? And when you get older, you got to figure out older people shit to talk about. And then that's sometimes when you maybe have to maybe indulge in conversations that other adults are having. And I understand when you live in the fucking on camera all the time, it's probably hard to be able to relate to people your age or other adults because they actually been outside while you've been building a brand via the computer. But still, you got to figure it out, dog. Because sitting here being on the stream with a 15-year-old is fucking retarded. Like, there ain't no other way to explain it. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I can tell you. It don't make no sense. But the reason why you're doing it, I get it. Hey, that audience going to be on that computer probably for the next 20 years. So yeah, if I can tap in, business-wise, I understand what you're trying to do. But just as a grown man, I don't want to have no conversation with I don't want to be near no 15-year-old, period. And especially not if you got to be outside. The outside 15-year-olds is completely different from this little boy who just sitting here keying with you playing Fortnite. Because them 15-year-olds is outside is on demon time. You definitely ain't gonna be. You won't even have the balls or the audacity to try to be around a 15-year-old who outside. I understand it's safer to be around a 15-year-old playing Fortnite, but again, I done wasted enough time on Akademiks, and I ain't mad at Meek Mills neither. Guess what? Akademiks has been finding any reason to step in Stomber and kick in Meek Mill's back. Hey, guess what? Meek Mill see an open field goal. I ain't mad at Meek Mills for trying to kick this field goal in. Cool, because it's fair game. People who say, I seen people in the comment section on Say Cheese, Meek Mill's career is over. This is again, but that's what I'm saying. Click on those people page. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, I am a numbers whore when it comes to social media because I don't respect somebody who got 10 followers and you then post 20 comments. You didn't post more comments than you got followers. Don't relax. Get the fuck off of social media. Go outside and do something with your life. That's all I'm saying, telling you. If you comment more than you got followers, you need to relax. And I just seen people like you sitting here, dog. Meek has literally took Akademiks kicking his back in for at least the last 7 years. So this one time that Meek see a clear shot, if I'm Meek Mills, I'm going to do exactly what he did. I'm going to sit here and lean into it a little bit. Hey, you parents, you should block your kids from, hey, it's fair game. Akademiks been doing that to Meek Mills and Lil Baby for the last however many years. So cool, it's free game. Like I said, I ain't mad at Meek Mills for that. You see an open opportunity, kick the field goal. It's wide open. Why not? What else is going on in adult news? Let's go to Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales is one of my favorite crash out people. I feel like Amanda Seales is one of those cousins when you see the woke cousin come in, it's almost like Amanda Seales is almost like, what's my man name on Minister Society? Sharif. Amanda Seales is the real live version of fucking Sharif from Minister Society.
Please listen and share this. Okay, so I can show you better than I can tell you. So I'm gonna lose money, considerable money, by leaving Meta. I'm gonna lose considerable money because I lose considerable access to folks who have been following me for quite a long time. I would rather not lose my integrity. So February 1st, I will not be here no more. You can watch my show on YouTube, Amanda Seales TV. I will still post content there in terms of shorts. You can sign up for my newsletter. So that you can know when I'm doing drops and when I'm doing performances, etc. What Would the Ancestors Say will be at Lincoln Center in New York on February 22nd. And you can subscribe to my Patreon. It's $5 a month. $5 a month. And if you don't got $5 a month, you can at least still show up at YouTube and subscribe to the free Patreon where you sometimes get content. And if you're feeling compelled, you can upgrade. But I'm seeing folks talk about Target. I have my thoughts about that on my Patreon. And I'm just going to show you better than I can tell you. I decided a year ago to downgrade my life so that I wouldn't have to continue to depend on capitalism and enabling and being a part of these systems in the same way in order to keep up what I consider to be like my lifestyle. And no, I don't have children, and no, I'm not disabled. So I am fortunate to not have certain things like that on my back and on my head. That being said, I significantly lowered my overhead when I moved. I'm in the middle of a boycott of Amazon. I've been boycotting McDonald's and Starbucks for over a year now. And now my boycott of Meta will begin. And it's going to be the first boycott, though, that will affect me directly monetarily. And it is what is necessary.
Okay, so for people who don't know why Amanda Seales is leaving Meta, it's because, of course, some people feel some type of way about the way Mark Zuckerberg was cozying up with Donald Trump. And I think sometimes, I mean, of course, and whatever your preference is and whatever you feel like you want to take your stance on and what you want to put your fist up for and you want to protest or you want to kind of see and say, I don't want no ties. And I respect it. I respect everything she said because I do think a lot of people sometimes cannot move the way they want to move because their overhead kind of got them in the chokehold. So I respect it. And I'm not even gonna lie. And the sad thing is me even watching this when I was playing that clip, I'm kind of looking at her physically and I can see it's physically weighing on her. Like if you've seen Amanda Seals from I guess a different world, or even when she was on Insecure, I can just look at her on her face right now. You can see she's kind of wearing it on her face. Her face looks stressed out. She looked like she'd have maybe even gained a couple pounds or whatever the case may be. So you can tell it's actually wearing and tearing on her. And I think realistically, if you are that passionate about anything, cool, then walk it like you talk it. I'll stand firmly on that. Like if that is where you feel like that you're willing to give up one of your ways, that you kind of probably the easiest way for you to kind of, I guess, meet people and talk to people and reach out to them. Me personally, I don't necessarily, I know if I would do it. This would probably be one of those things where I would have to kind of like just take it on the chin just because you still need to be able to promote your stuff. Like, yeah, she do got a radio show. And she do got stuff on YouTube. She still does live shows, but I don't necessarily know unless she was like, because she is one of those people where it's like, it's almost like an exquisite taste. Like everybody don't have the stomach or the mental space that can stomach her. So I don't necessarily see here saying like only thing you're gonna kind of rely on now is YouTube and Patreon. And she ain't saying nothing about TikTok, so maybe she don't even bang with TikTok. I don't necessarily know, but I respect her gangster for doing it. Like if that's what you're gonna do, then cool. But I do think sometimes, man, if you can do it, then do it. Me personally, I think you kind of have to think twice about it or figure out how to build it. Like if you could, I think consistently building up your own website the same way when we was talking about Tabitha Brown, and even when the dude sit here and say, hey, if you own your own stuff, Target can't never kind of put you in a dickhead move. I do think realistically, a lot of people probably should figure out ways if you can afford it, because everybody can't afford to make a website. So you need Facebook, you need Instagram, you need Threads, you need TikTok, because you may not be able to afford it. Cool. If you can't afford your own website, then use these platforms for what they are, but don't sit here and I wouldn't personally cut off my loudest platform. Like if social, because she always go viral on these platforms. Like she ain't on Twitter no more. She ain't been on Twitter in a brick. So it's like, I don't want her to completely lose her voice to kind of prove a point, because realistically we do live in a day and age where you kind of like, you need to be easy access to people. And the reason why I can say that, I can tie that almost into the NBA. When you're talking about the difference between the NBA and the NFL is the NFL is just always easy access. Yeah, do we have a can you buy the NFL package or whatever the case may be? Yeah, but is that going to stop a casual football fan from being able to watch and still experience the NFL? No. And I think that's where the NBA is kind of really messing up, is because you're making it even harder for the casual fan to just be able to stumble upon a football game. Like it's just too hard. Like I shouldn't have to sit here and say, as a casual NBA fan, I should have to even think twice about spending like what's it here say? I think what it's like $800 or something. I don't know what the package.
No.
How much is it
for the NBA?
Yeah.
No, hell no. Like for the season, if you pay yearly, I think it might be $2 something.
Well, $2 something probably not that bad.
Yeah, it's way cheaper than the NFL.
But I still.
But even when you saying that, I feel like the NBA kind of respect what the NFL do, and they giving them their time. Because, like I said, now that the NFL season's coming to an end, you're gonna start seeing the games back on Saturday nights and stuff like that. So I think it's you got you still under contract. You can't just play every game. You know what I'm saying? Like I think with the NBA, the way their games and TV, like you catching it on regular TV, it's going to come up now because the NFL is about to come to an end. So now,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I get that, but I still think realistically, I think the NBA should have just, to me personally, should have found a easier way for people to be able to just reach them. I think the easier way, because I think when we talk about content, it don't matter if it's sports or whatever. I think the easier it is for people just to stumble along a game, it make it easier for people to talk about it. Like it just make it way easier for people to kind of digest it and kind of just make it, even if I don't want to see it, it's easier for me to bump into it. The same way if it's just like music, like, oh, damn, I wasn't looking for this song, but I just stumbled on it because, hey, I got Apple Music and it's just kind of like, bro, it's super cheap. Like, yeah, the artist may not get paid whatever they want, but it's there. Even with Netflix, what show was that I was just watching and they was talking about? Oh, matter of fact, I was watching The Breakfast Club and they was interviewing Da Vinci. Da Vinci plays Terry on BMF, but of course his breakout role was him on All American. And he talked about how All American didn't blow up until the pandemic because it was on Netflix. He was like, the CW was ready to cut All American off. But you gotta think about it. How many people actually, even if you got, I don't even know if that's basic TV, or I know back in the day it used to be basic TV, but I mean, of course, now I don't even necessarily know if there's a such thing as basic TV anymore, because I feel like if you ain't got cable, you ain't got basic TV. But still, just the point of it is, it's not as easy as it is for Netflix. Even when I started this episode off, I talked about how I was watching the Equalizer, but they kept promoting Night Agent. So that's just my point. Sometimes it's like, and I say that all the time, like, why more shows? Like, because of course, all these black shows go run on BET Plus or whatever the case may be, but how many people I'm not about to just go pay for BET Plus just because they got a bunch of black shows. No, you need some shit to kind of drag me over there. So if I'm some of those people, like even looking for Miss Pat kind of still do numbers. Why? Because they put the Miss Pat show on Amazon Prime. Like, you got to kind of you have to find yourself on platforms where it's easy for people to get it. I'm not sitting here saying that you don't have to take some stance for yourself, but I do think, especially for somebody like Amanda Seales, because she rubbed so many people wrong, I kind of feel bad. Like, damn, you about to leave. Even if I don't like your messaging, like, this is the only place I kind of get your messaging at, because I don't listen to the radio. So it's kind of just like, all right, if they don't pick you up on the shade room or nothing, it's kind of be like, all right, it's going to be like out of sight, out of mind. But I mean, like I said, I respect her gangster. I respected the fact that she kind of just like, I mean, it is what it is. And I'm willing to just downsize my lifestyle and kind of just go with what it is. And while we talking about Amanda Seales, I kind of thought about Amanda Seales because what I did do, I didn't go, I kind of like take Mondays, like if it's a new movie out, I'd rather go on a Monday. But of course, because last Monday was a holiday, of course, it was the inauguration, and also was, of course, in the black household, it was Martin Luther King's birthday. So there was a federal holiday. So I didn't go on Monday because I figured like, all right, of course, the movie theater's going to be packed. People ain't got to work. So I'm going to go on Tuesday to go see Issa Rae Jones. And that's one thing. If you are a person who can go to the movie theaters on Tuesday, most Tuesdays AMC be having like the little discounts. And even if you can go earlier in the day, I believe it was like 20% off on Tuesday. Some movie theaters, some AMC Jones, like I know they got like the Joan in Greenbelt, Maryland. They got like $5 at the AMC. You can go to the AMC and it's a $5 Tuesday. All their movies is $5 on Tuesday. So you can go to one of them Jones. You just probably got to figure out what deal, especially they got by the AMC closest to you. But anyway, I went to go see the new Issa Rae movie. That of course stars Keke Palmer and SZA, and I believe the name of the movie is called One of Them Days. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is realistically the female version of Friday. That's the only way I can kind of compare it. I don't want to put too much sauce on it because I feel like when you say Friday, it's going to kind of put the bar so high with people. I don't want people to go into and judge it like you're going to judge Friday. But that's the feeling you get from it. Like at this all, like while you're watching it, you'll kind of get like, oh, this is just the female version of Friday. Like this, it's I'm talking about a great movie. Like it's literally a great movie. But to me, it's not a movie where the whole movie pretty much in the commercial. It's not that, right? Nah, but that's probably like the strong premises of the movie. That the whole movie ain't the whole movie is not
like, you know how you see a commercial, you're like, God damn, that's pretty much the whole damn movie.
No. But it's a premise of the movie. Like it's still that type of humor. It's still that type of fun in the entire movie. But that movie to me, like I said, the best comparison I can realistically compare it to is Friday. Like, and it's just like, it's a good joke. Like even like it's just, and it's still relatable. Like they have parts of the character. Like when we talk about even relationships, like how SZA character was just super, just like she one of them women who just super drunk off of the sex. Like she ain't really got too much else going for her, but she just super locked in on the sex with this dude, and she kind of just green as hell, allowing this nigga to just kind of really finesse and get over on her. So like I said, it's literally like they got their own version of Debo in the movie. Like when you watch the movie, if you go see the movie and keep in the back of your mind that I said it's like Friday, when the movie is constantly playing out, you can be like, oh, okay, this is the girl version of Debo. Like they got the girl version of Debo. Okay, I can see this person like is like Cat Williams kind of remind me of Ezell. Like they just got like those different little characters where you kind of be like, oh, this is basically what it is. This is literally the female version of Friday. So I recommend it if you got time or if you haven't seen it already. And the first week numbers, it was great. Like I believe I want to say I want to say they spent 11 million to make it in the first week. I believe they already made 14 million, and they had 100% rating from Rotten Tomato. I don't know what Rotten Tomato mean. I don't even know what that rating means, but I'm just kind of repeating it. But I did actually see it, and that was one of the movies. Like in my brain, I was kind of like, damn, I wanted to go see that and Den of Thieves too. But I was like, man, I'm cool on Den of Thieves too. If I'm sitting here like, if I'm doing almost like if this was like football, all right, which one got the most black people in it? I'm gonna go see the Issa Rae Jones. I was like, maybe next week I might go see Den of Thieves, but I had to go support Issa Rae first before anything else. So yeah, like I said, go make sure if you haven't, go check that one out. Coyle Ray, let's go in again to Coyle Ray. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel bad for Coyle Ray a little bit, but a little bit I don't. And I think this is a learning lesson on. This is one of the reasons why I always say females realistically it may not happen. Maybe until Trump put in a few more laws and the world and the earth get a little bit crazier, but I do believe that women should kind of date down, and Coyle Ray is the perfect example. And the reason why I say that is because niggas who really be, and I'm not saying that, I'm sure it's some broke niggas who cheated on their baby moms when they were pregnant as well. But I do feel like that's kind of a rich nigga thing. I feel like the rich nigga feel like, man, you ain't got to do nothing. You just pregnant. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do me. And I feel like that's real live how Trippie Redd is kind of carrying it. And I feel bad for Coyle Ray because, dog, it just, again, pause, no homo. It's no way in hell I could get cheated on by fucking Trippie Redd. Like, that's crazy, bro. This nigga look like a Cabbage Patch dog. This nigga just looks insane. And the fact that you let this nigga get you pregnant and this nigga is cheating on you is absolutely ridiculous. Coyle Ray, you need to look in the mirror. I know for a fact it had to be some NBA and some NFL niggas that was in your fucking DM trying to beat the Burks. And you sit here and went to this. Like, come on, bro. I feel for you. And the crazy thing is, nigga, her father don't make it no better. Benzino is a wild boy. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I kind of even like, I gotta play with this nigga shit because he kind of out of pocket. As a father, I respect it because he kept it a beam, but it was still like, I don't necessarily know if you supposed to give it up like this and this your daughter, dog. Where's this nigga Benzino at? Benzino.
Be like hard, like dating a rapper, like a rap star, like a male rapper.
Right, yeah, she's gonna have to deal with it. I mean,
like Trippie Redd been like been in the game a minute. Like he got crazy fans too.
Man, they be going crazy. So you already know the groupie lines down the corner after every show. Him as a man is gonna have to come to terms with that with just him and God. Because I don't want to be a hypocrite because I know what I was doing. But she's my daughter. If you love her and you love the child and you plan on being with her, then, you know, nowadays with social media, it's going to be hard to do any type of cheating. But if you do it, you just you know, be respectful at it.
So you think of being in a monogamous relationship is going to be hard for them with the pressure?
It's hard to be in a monogamous relationship with anybody right now. I know Corey is a one-woman type guy.
Mm-hmm.
She's not with the, you know, just, you know what I'm saying, him messing around. So
because, you know, some relationships be open. She's not with that open stuff. She's like, hey, you're mine. That's it. Yeah.
No, she ain't with that. You know what I
mean? Is there any advice you would give to Trippie Redd in dealing with your daughter?
If there's any advice I would give him with Coy being pregnant is to understand that they're going to go through hormonal changes. Don't take it too personal.
Mm-hmm.
If she's flipping out, you know, let her calm down.
I don't get no. So real quick, my only thing would be is even when they were sitting here, I'm not gonna lie to you. I seen the girl that he cheated with or allegedly supposed to be cheating with. She kind of like the same body size and maybe facial structure, a little bit of Coyle Ray. Like you can tell he got a type, but she a little bit more weird looking with the face piercing shit and tattoos on the face and the crazy hair color. So that kind of seemed like it's more his speed. And I'm not gonna lie, and I could be wrong. I like a couple of Trippie Redd songs, but I don't think the Trippie Redd fan base is one of those desirable Jones where every nigga will be like, I know this is kind of what like a Future's wild fan experience will be like. It's not going to be with a Gunna or Drake or like this. Not going to be the same. Like I don't think the same women who is willing to try to sit here and give Trippie Redd some cheeks is going to be the same type of women who want to give Lil Baby some cheeks. Like let's keep it a buck. Like that crowd is a lot more white. That crowd is a lot more weird, especially if it's any black person. They gonna lean a lot more no jumper type of weird than it will be shade room type of giving up the cheeks. So like I said, I feel for Coyle Ray. I do think sometimes you got to be a little bit careful because the nigga can trick off on you and woo you off your feet with gifts. But sometimes you got to understand, I almost feel like it's an unwritten rule. If I can woo you off your feet with gifts, you got to know it come with a little bit of that. It's going to come with a little bit of cheating. I mean, Future came up with that saying, you either gonna cry in the Wraith or you gonna cry in the Honda. So I mean, you got to take it for what it is. And I do feel for Coi Leray because this is in the midst of her becoming a free agent, went to the music business. She's not signed to a label right now. She is an independent artist. So I'm sure a lot of that is probably trickling down her mind because it probably got you thinking like, damn, what's gonna be my next move after I drop this kid? Like, I don't necessarily know. Like, I don't know what even just from listening to her music, I don't know if Coi Leray music screams relatability. It's almost even like The Baby. I heard The Baby just put out a song, and I did see this, I believe.
Big Homie or whatever.
No, him.
The Baby.
Yeah, The Baby. It's called Him. With him and Big Boogie.
Yeah, I'm not Big Homie. Big Boogie. Yeah.
You like that song?
Yeah, it's right cool.
I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the most disrespectful things I heard niggas say, I can't remember if this was either a Joe Budden podcast or this was Rory and Mo. I think it was Joe Budden. When somebody sit here and try to say they'd rather have The Baby's career than Little Baby. And I ain't gonna lie, that might have been one of the absolutely dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Bro, I don't care if The Baby has bigger songs than Little Baby. He don't have a bigger fan base than Little Baby. And I think that's what people sometimes we have to understand it too. You can have bigger hit records, but that don't mean you have a better fan base. And I can kind of break it down to even where, so let's take out, because I know using the word Little Baby is emotionally attached to all the nerds via social media. Y'all be ready to crash out anytime somebody mention Little Baby. So let me break it back down to like regular, real nigga conversation. Nelly got more hits than Jeezy. Little Nelly does not have a bigger fan base than Jeezy. Nelly got bigger hits than Gucci Man. Nelly does not have a bigger fan base than Gucci Man.
But okay, but if you take that in the same, like they might have more hits than them, but would you take a Nelly career over a Jeezy career?
Fuck no.
Shit. I think I'd take a
Nelly career. And why? How and why would the fuck would I do that? Why would I take a Nelly career over Jeezy? What are you talking about? Jeezy can still tour today. A Jeezy tour, not him headlining for somebody else.
I think I take the Nelly career over Jeezy.
Yeah, okay, well, that's you, and nigga, and you'll be fucking trying to fucking tap dance for Trump right now, and Jeezy can be in the cut, and Jeezy still is Jeezy. Like, what are you talking about, nigga? When Jeezy and Gucci Man did their verses, they still had the highest verses number wise. Like, that was the biggest watch versus joke. Like, it don't, like, nigga, more people, I guarantee you, nigga, you can pick a Nelly song and that shit ain't gonna ring off like motherfucking boom, 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 boom. Like, nigga, come on, man, you crazy as shit. Ain't no way in the hell. Nigga, that's not Jeezy, the song number one on Thug Motivation. I will put that, the intro to his Thug Motivation album against any fucking Nelly song, period. I don't give a fuck. High in here, you rap the words that high in here, and I don't know the words to nothing. I promise you, I can rap that. Hit the kitchen lights, cockroaches everywhere. Hit the kitchen light, marble floors everywhere. Just give me 4 fucking bars from high in here. You can't. So, nigga, that answers your own question. The fuck are you talking about? Give me 4. I just gave you 4 bars. Give me 4 bars.
But you gave me 4 bars. But when the last time, like I said, when you hear a song, when it is getting hot in here, when you hear that beginning of that song, you remember that song. So that's what I'm saying. I would take that Nelly career. How many times he went platinum off of that outfit?
And guess what?
I would take that career.
So I see, and then my chain, like, nigga, you.
And then he just said Air Force Ones. I would take that career.
Yeah.
Grills. I would take that career that Nelly has. I would take that career.
Our president is black.
And he just sold his catalog. Blue. How much he sold his catalog for?
I don't know. I'm still taking Jeezy. I'm still taking Jeezy over Nelly career. I'm sorry, though. Give me the core cult-like fan base than giving me some shit off of it's hit or miss. Like, niggas is not Nelly. Guess what niggas ain't going to do? Niggas is not about to run to Vegas and treat the Nelly fucking residency in Vegas like they did in Usher Jones. And that's why Nelly got other niggas on there with him at his own residency. He ain't doing the shit by himself. He got other niggas on the joint with him because nobody's running to go see fucking Nelly.
Would they run to see Jeezy?
No.
Hell yeah.
No, not no residency.
Nigga, you have never in your life ever been to a Jeezy show in nowhere in the DMV area and that motherfucker wasn't sold out.
Like I said, I don't
see
no,
it ain't never in life. It ain't never in life. If nigga Jeezy don't got to do a leg, you know why he don't have to do a residency? Because he can still do tour dates. Jeezy can still go to anybody's city, and if it's a majority black city, that motherfucker's still going to sell out 9 times out of 10 every time.
But that's what I'm saying.
I've never been to a Jeezy show and that bitch ain't been jam packed.
But that's what I'm saying. But you say it has to be a black city. So but
nigga, he's a rapper.
But but black people ain't the only people that buy music.
Man, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Give me Jeezy any fucking day. Nigga, CIAA, who gonna get booked more? Jeezy or fucking Nelly? Jeezy.
I'll take that now.
My president is black. My Lambo's blue. And my nigga, that song right there, I don't give a man. That bush ass Nelly lollipop ass fucking man.
He got
Stop.
movie deals.
What movie? What movie he ever been in? What movie
The
Nelly was
longest
in?
yard. What you mean? The football movie, the jail movie? He was in that movie.
All right, dog, you got it. This nigga said the longest yard. Get the fuck out of here.
That was a movie. I'm confused. What?
Okay, if you say so. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm telling you what I would take. Real quick, while we get on to nigga conversation, while we talking about pop songs that just make your ass itch, and I don't give a flying hell about Sexyy Red and Bruno Mars. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what's more. I'm gonna tell you what's more disturbing. Because I was about to compare the two. It was about to be fucking Don Julio doing a collaboration with Popeyes and Sexyy Red. These two things is both really damn near almost a slap in your face. But me personally, my woke, I was asleep with Amanda Seals fucking wokeness. That Popeyes and Don Julio shit is absolutely ridiculous. And to see, that's why I'm sitting here saying, that's why it'd be hard for me to take black people serious, the shit you will get upset about. Like, you'll get upset with Target and them sitting here saying, we're going to roll back all these programs or we're going to do this and the third, but you niggas will sit here and jump up and down and do a hula hoop dance for Don Julio doing a collaboration with Popeyes. That shit seemed more racist than anything that Donald Trump ever even thought about doing. Because that shit just seemed chicken and liquor. What the, oh, I wish you niggas go to hell.
What? I mean, maybe I missed it. What would be the racist part about it? Because they.
Are you fucking serious? Fried chicken and fucking liquor? Oh,
no, you said right, but they selling. If you selling a drink, a Popeyes, the lemonade, if they putting a margarita lemonade, people going to buy it. Just like Target's about to do the Targarita. I'm confused. What?
All right.
Target not a black people, right?
I don't drink liquor, so if you don't feel like the Don, who made Don Julio Papa? Y'all niggas, the Don. What the fuck are we talking about, dog? There's no way in hell you not telling me you seen Popeyes and Don Julio and you ain't say this is the most racist shit I've ever seen in my life. You thought this fried chicken and Don, this was okay?
I don't think
I'm
it was
going
racist.
for the drink. That's what I'm saying. Because you don't drink.
I don't see if it was like watermelon and
Yeah,
chicken.
you don't
like
drink.
nigga
So
and
it,
chicken.
if you tell me they're gonna have a lemonade with, well, I don't even drink Don Julio, but if you saying it's a lemonade with margarita, whatever it is, I'm gonna try it. Just like they tried the damn chicken, the chicken sandwich.
Guess who made the pot chicken sandwich pop? The same two niggas who made Don Julio popular, they made the fucking chicken sandwich pop. Guess what they both got in common? The Don and the chicken sandwich, them two, guess what they got in common? You fucking niggas. What had the who? And guess what? It wasn't no long full of line. Guess who wasn't stabbing people over chicken sandwiches? It wasn't no white people. Guess who did not make Don Julio popular? It wasn't no white people. They ain't no white person with a song. Don. It got a fucking dance to it. Man, y'all crazy as shit, bro. I hear y'all. This is what I'm saying. That's why I can't get this. Listen what I'm saying. I'm cheap. If I wasn't cheap, y'all would not be able to get me to not go to Target because y'all motherfuckers can't wait for the Don and a little bit of fried chicken. I can't believe y'all niggas are crazy, dog. Y'all are crazy. That's why Sexyy Red went and did this fucking pop tart ass fucking song with fucking what's his nigga name? Bruno Mars. Like, that's why, like, they know, listen what I'm telling you. Corporate America understand how to make you niggas happy. They know.
So you don't think it's a good look for her?
For who?
For Sexyy Red?
Fuck no, because it's, I mean, listen.
Shit, that's a good look.
Yeah, number wise.
Yes.
But at a sex, so time on. So you think at a Sexyy Red show, she gonna ever perform this song?
Why wouldn't you?
You thought that was a good song?
I fuck with the joint.
And you don't fuck with Sexyy Red, so that's my point.
Who? I do listen to Sexyy Red. I fuck with that song.
That song.
I feel like it's a
crazy
good look for her. Especially if I was her, like shit. Where's Ice Spice at? That's a good look. This song is going to take. This what she thought that Drake. I feel like this probably is up from going from the Drake, what was the joint they had?
Rich Baby Daddy.
Rich Baby Daddy. To this now, like you're going up. You're not going down.
You ain't. No, listen, I'm saying you ain't going down if you just chasing numbers.
What else you chasing then?
Nigga, some staying power, some shit that actually.
But
makes sense.
I feel like that stamp for you to
stand. No, she keep coming up.
You keep coming up with stuff. You keep getting on the radio.
All right, cool. That's what I'm saying. Listen, for that song ain't for me. I ain't for the Sexyy Red radio version. I'm here for the dirty Sexyy Red, the nasty Sexyy Red. In the middle.
But shit was being nasty in the song. That's what I'm trying to figure. I'm confused.
Man, that song just sounds like some bullshit that a fucking AI made. Like that just shit sounds like some wet and juicy, whatever. Man, I'm cool though. That shit sound like a commercial version of some ratchet shit. Like, give me the real shit.
Ain't that what they were trying to do?
Like, this is all I'm just sitting here saying. When people the shit that, and we gonna tie this into
it's not okay. I don't think it's gonna have the same effect as the Cardi B one did.
Oh, but I feel, of course, but that's my point. Then why do I? Okay, so just
it's not going to have. It's not going to have that effect.
Bruno but Mars if I can't get the Cardi B.
But I still think it's still up there though. It's not going to. You're not going to pass the Cardi B song, but you're still going to be up there.
Oh, can I find it? Oh, they deleted it.
Yeah, I don't think it's I'm not going to say it's better than it, but I feel like it's still going to get you up there where you can get more looks.
I'm mad they deleted it. I know they had to delete it. Yeah, okay, so just real quick, and this is my beef with just the internet, because since we talking about Sexyy Red and we talking about Bruno Mars, and this is sometimes where I don't understand the internet, because people got upset. Well, not people. People got upset after Bernice King got upset. That is, of course, Martin Luther King's daughter. So because it was, and it crazy.
She reposted it
because she reposted a picture that somebody else made. So there was an AI picture of Sexyy Red basically giving Martin Luther King the googly eyes in the middle of the club. I looked at it, and this is what I'm saying. When I think of Sexyy Red, I'm thinking of the motherfucker who came up with a lip gloss with a bunch of STDs. So this is what I'm saying. And I seen Bernice King because people dragged it and kind of was like, so this way you going to draw the line at you mad at Sexyy Red for giving your dad the googly eyes. You only feel that way because it's Sexyy Red. And that's how I initially felt, because I'm like, bro.
Which is true.
So, because guess what? On paper, on how people judge and how people think of Sexyy Red, they think of the most dirtiest, ratchet version of a nigga. That's just point. Let's call it spade a spade. That's everybody beef with Sexyy Red. That's been everybody beef with Sexyy Red. When you think of her, just on paper, if you live somewhere, and I don't mean this with no disrespect, but I'm just gonna paint it and call a spade a spade. You live anywhere in the United States, we all know Southeast the hood. When you think of fucking Sexyy Red, you think of the most wildest shit you'd have ever seen in Southeast. I don't care what part of the world you live in, or any MLK Boulevard. For somebody to get upset and your father's name is attached with the fucking hood in every fucking city in America is crazy to me. Because she ain't literally do nothing. This picture could have been way crazy. I've seen way crazier pictures of Martin Luther King doing way more outrageous shit. And people actually, she ain't make no money. She just reposted a fucking picture that somebody else made. She ain't make it. She just reposted it. And she do that all the time when people put her next to all different types of things. But I've seen every strip club, every car, even furniture places. Hey, it's the MLK special and this and the third. Like, dog, MLK it's a holiday. So with any holiday in America, it comes with flyers and it comes with different forms of advertising and marketing. So when I seen this, I'm like, what's wrong with this picture? And let's be clear, people drag me in the joint. You crazy? This is distasteful. I'm like, bro, but I've seen Martin Luther King on a strip club flyer before.
But the daughter probably ain't. The daughter haven't seen it.
No, she had, because a homegirl of mine DM'd me a bunch of, because this is not her, and I thought this was her first time, but this girl, she is a lawyer. She really into like this type of shit. So she sent me like 5 different times. She even Bernice had smoked with BET before. Like BET had like a 106 and Park Jones. Like she done had times where she has called out other people, but I'm sure this is the most time for anybody else to seen it. So seeing that and knowing that for a fact I've seen flyers, text MLK to 411 if you want to get into this party for free before 11 or 12 during the MLK holiday. Like, bro, I was looking for the video. It's literally, I'm still trying to find it real quick while we talking. There's a joke going around with people who sit here with girls in the strip club saying who's going to spend more money, MLK or Malcolm X.
Who would be a better tipper?
Yeah, I'm trying. Let me find you. I look like whatever page it was originally on, they must have deleted it, because after that Sexyy Red shit, people kind of start to. Let me see if I can find it. I might not be able to find it because I feel like they deleted it.
Shit, now I wonder if she's gonna get on the FBI.
Yeah, I don't know why it ain't coming up. This shit blown. Yeah, it ain't coming up. I can't find it, but it's cool. But anyway, it was a video. It was a video going around and it was going viral. And it was I believe it was in Onyx. I believe Onyx is in Houston. I believe so. Yeah, I believe it was a strip club in Houston. And they were going around asking the dancers who they thought would tip, who would be a better tip. Would it be Martin Luther King or will it be Malcolm X? And a lot of the women were sitting here saying Malcolm X. And that literally came out days before the Sexyy Red thing. And that was the thing where I was kind of like, damn, like how you getting upset about this picture? Because I literally, and you know what's so crazy? Even last week when I was looking for pictures to use for MLK for the, you know, of course, just just to pay homage, and I felt like that's probably what Sexyy Red thought. Was like, all right, everybody find different little ways to play around with some of the pictures, but it's just all in paying homage to MLK. It's not out of no disrespect. So that's why I say when I seen it and people was like, oh, this is disrespectful. I'm kind of like, bro, but it's pictures of Martin Luther King flying around on the internet, and it's been the same picture for years with him with a gold grill. And I've seen endless people use that picture before. I even thought about using it last week because I'm like, bro, it's harmless. It's just like, okay, it's a cool way. Niggas like, it ain't like we sit here like it's a picture of him doing something wild and out of pocket is going to like tarnish his image. Oh, it's MLK with a grill in his mouth. It ain't like he got a blunt in his mouth. Like, I don't know. Like, but I'm saying, like I said, you can't be mad. That's her father. You can't tell people how to respond for their family. But just to me, it was just mind blowing. Like, and she even came up because before Sexyy Red apologized, because Sexyy Red did apologize, but before Sexyy Red could even apologize, people was dragging her on the internet saying you only doing this because it's Sexyy Red. Because if that was Beyonce, I'm sure Beyonce wouldn't do it. But if Beyonce did, I'm 100% positive you wouldn't have told Beyonce that was distasteful.
It's the image that she portrays, like you said. It's the image, the song, the stuff she sings about. Like, why would he build up a platform on building, you know what I'm saying, positive Black images?
Of course.
What she's representing is not what he was what he was going for.
Of course, for sure.
So that would be the issue.
Yeah, I get it. Like I said, it's just I feel like the only reason why she was realistically upset, of course, because it was Sexyy Red. I mean, I mean, like I said, that's her father. She got the right to be upset for whatever she want to be upset for. What else was going on in the world? Raising Cane is coming back. Raising Cane will be back March 7th. I can't wait for that one. What else was going on? I feel like there's some other shit on this. I'm just trying to find internet. Was that? I hate when they put music behind this shit though. This should be blowing me. Is there real music behind this junk?
Gosh, I really don't even know how to say this because no words can really express the appreciation I have for the Black community right now. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I know I'm speaking on behalf of many Mexicans right now. You guys, if you guys don't know, they're coming into our schools and they're taking our children. That way, when the parents come up to pick up the kids, they deport them. The Black community, guys, Black women teachers, that's all I've seen so far, Black women teachers. I'm sure there's some Black male teachers, but Black women teachers are saying they're willing to fight for our kids. I don't think you understand what that means. I don't think you understand what level of sacrifice that is. We all know through history the police brutality that the Black community has gone through. They're basically saying they're willing to die for our kids. We all know what happens and the risk that they are taking for being a Black victim in that kind of scenario. That's a whole other level of love and sacrifice. And thank you so much. And us as Mexicans, we need to completely have their backs. We need to completely be willing to die for their children too.
You know, just real quick, I mean, the funniest thing that I've seen, I think we probably all of you been on social media. I feel like that's one of the videos that's constantly been going viral all week. It's just finding some different Mexican or Spanish person crying and complaining about ISIS. There's even a video I've seen, and this was funny because I seen a bunch of Spanish people making fun of a video. Hey, well, I'm at work and we trying to duck ISIS. I do think just realistically, I mean, This shit's kind of be funny. I ain't mad at them. I mean, it is what it is. That's what you signed up for. That's what you voted for. You got to you have made this bed. You have to be okay with laying in this bed. That's it. There ain't no other way to kind of dress it up. I'm not feeling sorry for nobody. If this is who you and the majority of your people voted for, take it what it is. Take it on the chin, dog. And all I can sit here and tell black people is when they do kind of round up all these people, it's time for y'all to get y'all kids some jobs now. Don't stop letting these little bastards freeload. Send them to work. When McDonald's ain't a bunch of Mexicans in there working no more, send y'all little black ass kids that's old enough to work. Get them some summer jobs again. Make it okay to work at McDonald's again. Y'all to kind of let all the fucking Migos take the jobs anyway. Send y'all kids to fucking get them some summer jobs this year. Make that okay again. So when the ISIS come and scoop them up and they got it, and then McDonald's started hiding again. And I did see this video of Wendy's. I'm not gonna lie, Wendy's is the fuck all the way out of pocket for that AI version because I feel like realistically, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of crazy. Then I said, oh, they must have. Yeah, they did delete that shit. But Wendy's got an AI version of basically somebody taking your order. So it was like literally you drive up, place your order, and it's literally and it's people still there. I'm like, bro, why these? That shit is the shit you need to boycott. Like I cannot respect you sitting here trying to take hardworking people's job, and you sitting here saying now we're gonna replace the person taking the order and just make it somebody like an AI junk.
You do it in the stores, huh? Like in McDonald's and all that. There ain't nobody at the cash register even now.
Yeah, that's the shit y'all need to boycott. Fuck that. I ain't even gonna hold you. That right there will kind of that right there would be the number one thing that you need to boycott. I do want to play Atlanta. So, and again, when we talking about screw the president, we sitting here talking about weather, we talking about global warming and stuff like that. New Orleans did get its first snow, I think almost damn near ever. I have never seen it in New Orleans ever snow. And of course it made for great content via social media. And then it was this couple that was going viral in Atlanta. And this dude got put out in the snow, and y'all know it don't snow like that in Atlanta. Like when it snows in some of these southern places where it normally never snows, people don't know how to act, and then it is like they take it extremely different. I'm not gonna lie to you. One thing I can say about the cold that I kind of appreciate, these colder days, it makes you see and say, damn, I can't wait for the weather to break and you going to church. Because I know when it's soon to get hot again, you gonna hear people complain, oh, it's too hot outside. Remember them days when it was too cold outside.
Somebody to play with, bitch. You text home, bitch. You think you finna be in my seat? Get away. I don't give a fuck about it snowing, bitch. Hey, what the fuck? Hey, get away now. Put a nigga ass out in the snow, bitch. You don't take nothing, ho. I don't give a fuck about it snowing. I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. This nigga got me fucked up. Get away. Go to the whole house. Go to the whole house. Come on. Go to the whole house, baby. Throw that wall. Hey, yeah, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Fight them bitches. Fight them bitches. Y'all. Say the hoe come get them. If you see that, come get your nigga, bitch. He on the side of Cleveland. Fuck you talking about, bitch. Don't play with me. Bitch, don't play with me, man. Shut up. Stop trying me, bitch. I seen the messages. Fuck you talking about. Come get him. Come get him, CC. Bitch, bye. Hey. Get the fuck out my face. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, bitch. Go that hoe. Get your shit. Go that hoe.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the worst way to get kicked out. In the middle of the snow and it's cold as shit, and Atlanta ain't set up for the snow. Because let's be clear, you ain't got. This is where you, as a man, sometimes you gotta reevaluate life. If you don't have your own car and you know you ain't, and you staying in her shit, you cannot sit here and be trying to fucking get some pussy elsewhere. Like, nigga, you don't even have your own car to sleep in. That's when you know you out of pocket. Like, I'm sitting here saying, I get it. I know there's some niggas watching right now. And you just feel like all niggas gonna cheat. Cool. If that's your behavior, knock yourself out. But at least have a car that you can sleep in, that you can cut the fucking car on, cut your heat on, and you can go to bed. If you can't sleep in your own fucking car, I promise you, the last thing you should be trying to think about is to get some pussy when somebody else is giving you a warm place to stay. Sometimes you got to use your common sense. And there's a favorite line about Juvenile got, when you think with your dickhead, you always come up short. And I promise you, this nigga will remember this winner for the rest of his life. Because it's like, nigga, it's cold outside, bro. You don't want to sit here and be looking to find somebody to text and you in the middle of the cold, bro. I don't know how brick it got in Atlanta, but I know how cold it got here. It's been days. Last week, it was days when it was 8 degrees outside.
Yeah, it was cold like it was here.
So you sit here saying 8 degrees outside, you trying to figure out where you got to stay, bro? No way on God's green earth. If a woman was giving you somewhere to stay and it was 8 degrees outside, bro, you should have been that. Some of y'all may be too young and you ain't never seen that Chris Rock stand up when that nigga had the joke about the toss the salad, man. But I promise you, if it's 8 degrees outside and you ain't got nowhere to live, nigga, you should not just be eating box. You should be turning that girl up, putting that ass in the air, and you should be tossed the salad, man. It's 8 degrees outside, nigga. you better learn how to eat some ass.
What?
Nigga, you gotta put your extreme nasty on. You ain't got nowhere to live and it's cold outside, nigga. You better figure it out. And especially if you ain't got no goddamn car to cut the heat on and be able to sit here and have nowhere to stay, dog. Niggas gotta stop sitting here acting like, man, you better learn how the prostitutes learn. What else is going on in the world? I felt damn. I feel like that's old. What was new? It was some other new shit that was going. Oh, did y'all see this video of this girl getting her ass beat on TikTok when she was on there live? All right, let's play this clip of Jaden Daniels. And real quick, I do sit here saying I think, again, I think most of the people just be late on shit. I told y'all this maybe shit. I want to say before the football season even started. I told y'all that y'all should have watched what is it called? The Money Game on Amazon Prime, and of course that was basically talking about the NIL deal, and it was starring Jaden Daniels, Angel Reese, Flaw J, and the white girl who do gymnastics for, I forgot her name right now. I think it's Lenny Dunn or something like that. Whatever, the white girl who do gymnastics at LSU. And I told y'all about this docuseries on Amazon Prime, but it was a clip there, of course, because going into the weekend, the Commanders, they made it to the NFC Championship game. So realistically, people just trying to find different little storylines to hype up certain players. So it was a clip that was going viral of Jaden Daniels' mom talking about how she was trying to keep him away from girls, to keep him focused, locked in on the football.
Turns you the most?
Girls. Them girls. Some girl out here, she's got Jaden Daniels' wall. And her mama said, hey, honey, you're going to be the one who's going to go get him. And I know that sounds crazy, but I guarantee there's someone out there who's trying to get their hooks into Jaden Daniels. So thank God he got a mama like me, because it ain't happening.
And you know what's so crazy? When you hear that clip, I'm sure when you hear that clip, it's so many women who say, I hate women who got a mom. Most women, really, especially toxic women, hate men who have that type of relationship with their moms, because they will call you a mommy's boy. Let me tell you something for all the moms that are listening right now. And if you are a single mom, that is how real you need to be with your son. Because she's absolutely right. Let's be clear. And she was saying this, and I talked about this when this show originally came out. Jaden Daniels' mom was super stern on the type of NIL deal she wouldn't allow her son to take. Like, she believed in Jaden Daniels way before that. So thinking, his mom overprotective. Nah, she was even overprotective when it came to what type of NIL commercials he would do, because it started off like most of the LSU players was doing, like Flage even did a fucking commercial for the dude, making up little raps or whatever. She was like, them little cars showing shit. She was like, nah, it's clipped. He did it the first year he got there, but the second year she was like, nah, ain't no way, we cool. I know for a fact I don't want my son attached to none of this shit. And because guess what ended up happening? He ended up winning the Heisman. So realistically, she saved him from doing, like, yeah, you may miss out on a couple dollars right now, but the bigger play is realistically the bigger play. So even for his mom to kind of just have that vision and keep it a buck, because realistically it is. It's some women, I mean, we see the joke and people joke about it all the time, how all the hookers and whores will go to the drafts at the NFL or the NBA, and people always love to keep bringing up the Drea Michelle's and the Jalen Green situations. But guess what? If Jalen Green mom was more like Jalen Daniels, you wouldn't have these situations. Like, if you got a mom that's kind of stern on, like, you probably gonna have to go over, mom's gonna be blocking better than the offensive line to keep you hoes away from her kid. If most parents was kind of more hands-on and seen that vision for their kids, you wouldn't have so many horror stories of how athletes or rappers or anybody are kind of getting taken advantage of from these fast tail women that's kind of just scooping along. And Jalen Daniels' mom looked good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of be like, I seen a joint where he was saying his dad used to wear number 5. So I don't know if his dad passed or what happened. But I mean, of course, every time I see Jalen Daniels' mom, it's just her solo dolo. So I'm kind of assuming that she is a single mom. So I don't necessarily know what's the real backstory between him and his dad and her. But shout out to Jalen Daniels' mom. And again, shout out to the Commanders. Y'all made it way farther than you had any business to even beat it. Like I said, I know for a fact when I started this episode off, nobody had on their bingo cards that the fucking Redskins was going to be in the NFC title game. So take that for what it is. And again, like I said, shout outs to Jaden Daniels. He had probably one of the greatest rookie seasons ever in the NFL. And he will definitely, 9 times out of 10, if they tighten up on a couple places and get a couple better defensive players, tighten up on that offensive line a little bit, and I think probably even get them one more. I don't even think you need a mega star wide receiver, just another strong wide receiver and a stronger tight end. I think they can be they can be legit contenders the next couple of years going on. But I think just realistically, like I said earlier, on paper, it was no way in hell you actually thought that they were supposed to beat the Eagles. Like,
and to be honest with you, it was definitely a different feeling in the area. I mean, just seeing a lot of people more. I mean, I guess more supportive of the.
Of course, but listen to what I'm saying though. I said that before the season started on this on the same microphone. I told you it's a different. I don't care. I understand that people hate the way I paint it and make it seem like it's a black or white thing, bro. It is, bro. People like to see their own people, some shit you can get behind, where you can kind of look and you can get those stories and you can kind of get those feelings behind. And people, it's easy to get that from a black quarterback. And you see his black mom at the games and she looked like anybody else, regular mom that just got some bread. So it just looked like, it makes it more relatable. It makes the story more, make you want to buy into it. It makes it feel good. Even when you hearing people talk about it on ESPN, it makes it more prideful to be like, damn, this is my area. This is my team. And shout outs to Goofies. Will Smith, even though he was trolling him, Will Smith posted a nigga on his page because he redid the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air jump when he was talking shit about the Eagles and he was trolling Gilly. And then Will, after the Eagles won, that is fire, dog. Like, I'm listening. I know that DMV has a huge crab in the barrel mentality, but for Will Smith to post Goofy's clip, even if it's him trolling him back, bro, that is an amazing fucking look. So shout outs to Will Smith, shout outs to Goofies. Moving on. Oh yeah, damn! I don't know how the fuck I almost forgot about this. TikTok. People trying to selling their phones with TikTok accounts because for people who sit here and deleted their TikTok accounts because the TikTok banned. Now they cannot find the TikTok app. Period. It's banned on the app. It's banned in the app store, so you cannot find it. And people are now willing. I've seen prices going up on eBay. I believe there are people up to $58,000. People are selling iPhones with TikTok on it for $58,000. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you ain't a content creator, it ain't nowhere in hell you should even be thinking twice. You shouldn't be thinking twice about even spending $1,000 on a phone with TikTok on it, unless you are a content creator. And then if you are a content creator, I question your ability on creating content if you felt like you should have deleted the app just because.
But why would I? That's some risky shit. I'm not leaving shit on a damn. You talking about you selling your phone with leaving it on there? Like you got to leave the app on there.
Yeah, cool. So what?
Niggas, people can still pull your shit up.
Pull what up?
On your phone. You're not erasing everything.
I mean, what you mean? I'm not erasing what? Like my pictures and stuff? Why can't I?
No, but that's what I'm saying. People can still, you're pretty much, you're not, like when you get a new phone, like you supposed to, wipe it all, everything clean. You supposed to delete everything, but you're not deleting everything. You just logging out. You selling the phone.
So what you saying?
So when they're selling the phone, you have to leave the app on the phone.
Right.
So for you to leave the app on the phone, all you're doing is just logging out.
So, but why you can't just delete everything else?
No, that's what I'm saying. It ain't gonna be on there. You got to log. That's what I'm saying. You just got to log out of your Apple name, and leave the phone. Leave the app on there.
Right, of course.
It's not like it's a brand new, like it's restored. So you leaving your stuff on there. I would not do that. That's
why wouldn't you? I'm trying to figure out why you saying you wouldn't do it.
Anyway, anybody probably can get back into your information. You know what I'm saying? Like can find a way to get back whatever was on the phone. If it's not white clean.
I mean, but if I feel like I'm just a regular Joe person, I don't necessarily know if I would care. If a nigga sit here
and somebody paid that much money for the phone, I'm pretty sure they can pay to get it, whatever was on their back up there.
No, but you're missing what I'm saying. So if somebody offered you $50,000 for your phone, right? And I'm just a regular working class person, why do I give a fuck about what you pull up from my phone?
Shit, you tripping. Hell no.
Like, what's I don't necessarily, I'm trying to figure out like,
because your credit card, all your information, your stuff is on your phone.
You damn you can't delete all that?
It's an Apple phone. If you sit here, somebody can resurface that stuff, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's stupid for you to sit here and just for an app to leave an app on your phone.
Man, I might chance it. I ain't gonna hold you. I just for 50 bands, I'm chancing it. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can take this phone, dog. I'm cool. You just gotta risk it. I don't necessarily know what to tell you. In other news, though, real quick, it was a girl who was going viral. She is what do they call them? A CNA or I don't know what kind of nurse she is, but she's a nurse and she was going viral. And the way she kind of tried to explain, I'm gonna play it because it kind of made me seem like she was explaining it like, y'all, this video looked like this dude ain't coherent and he really ain't got his alls there, but she made it seem like this nigga be, I don't know, like her and this dude that she be taking care of be on some other type of shit.
TikTok right now, it's a video that's going viral of me, the healthcare worker that's dancing on top of her patient's head. It's not what it is. Trust and believe. All I gotta say for now is angles play a big part, but we're gonna get into that another time. Okay. A lot of people in the comments talking about sexual assault, rape, just all type of dumb shit. Non-verbal. Trust and believe. He's verbal, and if he's not verbal to his kins, then I don't know what's going on over there. But around here, he be verbal, and I got proof. What you say?
I'll give him a hug.
You want to get a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no.
He looks very aware and comfortable to me, so y'all need to stop jumping to conclusions. Even though, yeah, I do see how he look, but trust me, it's not that. Enough is enough.
So listen to what I'm saying, and I'm trying to put on my slow brain, but I'm trying to get what she said. It seems like she said, y'all think what I did in this video was something. Trust and believe this man is okay because me and him be doing more than whatever y'all see in this video. That's what I took from it. The way she was trying to explain it, it seemed like, yeah, you saying he nonverbal, but he be verbal when he be I don't get it. Like even with the hug, like she blurred the hug out. Like I'm trying to figure out like what y'all like. Why you had to blur? Why you couldn't show y'all giving a hug? Like was you naked or something? Like I don't know. It seemed like to me like she was kind of making it seem like that video ain't shit. And that video looked crazy. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like she real life really had her coochie on top of this nigga head.
Did she get fired or she just?
No, I don't think she got fired. I think she just caught backlash from it.
He might be he might be alert, but is he aware? Like, is he?
So okay, so no, let's play the hypothetical game. So if that was your parent, let's say
that's
was
a problem.
But let's just say he didn't say if your dad was just like an old horny nigga though.
He don't. But because I saw some of the videos of them where they weren't blurred out, they don't look like regular. I don't want to say, but they look like they might have like some special needs or something.
No, listen, he did look a little bit off, but let's just say let's say he a little bit off, but he still catch a little Woody man.
That's no. You got the nurse dancing on top of your head. I got a problem with that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. For all my future kids or grandkids, if I ever get there and this me and this, let this girl put her fucking pussy on my head, though. I'm cool. Like if that was my dad, I know my dad. When I was a kid, my dad used to have his porn stash. If my dad got that old and if somebody was taking care of him. I seen this video of my dad and the woman was putting her coochie on his head, bro. Let that man live, dog. Let him go out in style.
Go out where? No, that is that.
No.
I mean, get her for his money.
And see, okay. I see both sides, right? But then if it's not home. I mean, now my thing is, if you're not doing your responsibility and taking care of him, then
I don't know
yes.
what you doing. You got your coochie on his head. I got a problem.
Well, he might like Miss
And
Jones.
I'm telling, I don't care.
If he loved Miss Jones, and Miss Jones is his favorite nurse, he loved when she come there. I can't be mad at that. My father ain't never been this happy. You know what I'm saying? Like every time Miss Jones come in there, he's smiling from ear to ear.
That's cool, but then
I get your part with she could be taking advantage of him too. You know, using him for you know what I'm saying. I can understand that, but I don't know. I don't know because if no family member came out and said, "Oh, this is we just in an uproar for what? Because she posted it?
Because
there's a lot of people getting mistreated in these old folks' home worse than that.
You're absolutely right. But it don't get posted. And when it does, it's a problem.
Right, but it's getting like cussed out, hit on, shit like that. I'm not gonna sit here and be upset
you still got your funky coochie on my father's face. No.
It's a lot of funky.
See that, but and that's what I'm saying. That is always the difference between having sons and daughters. Because if me and Marcus is speaking of okay, we older niggas and you in a home, you would kind of be like, if I'm an old man and I'm in a home, I would be happy with that. But you speaking as like, okay, I'm a daughter, this is my dad. Like, nah, this is trifling. But as an old man, and you gotta know that I ain't seen or I ain't touched or smelt the vagina in. Shit, let's say your wife has been gone for like 10 years and you like 80, pushing 90, and your wife passed when y'all was like 75 or 78 or something. You kind of like 80. Bro, let me just go out in style, dog. And this young girl in her 20s or 30s putting her young ass coochie on my head, bro, I'm cool with that. Like, just let me go out in style. Like, don't be the fucking party pooper. Like, come on, dog. Like, let me cook. Like, let me go out in style. I only got a couple more years left. Even if it's years, I might only got a couple days or a couple months. Allow me to just go out in peace, dog. Like, don't ruin this girl career. I'm enjoying it. Ain't nobody complaining. However much of my meat can still get hard, I'm 100% positive. I'm at full fucking stand when this girl grinding up on my head. So you gotta kind of live it as it is. Real quick, another when we talking about just social media, talking about relationship stuff, this kind of go hand in hand.
A new update on Instagram. I'm not talking about the rectangles. I'm talking about if you're scrolling on Reels, it'll pop up in the corner. It'll show like your friends, like your mutuals profile pictures, and then a heart next to it. And you click on it, and it shows you all the Reels that your mutuals are liking.
Oh, no.
And why? Some boy I used to talk to, I don't talk to him no more, but he'd be trying to hit me up. And he liking videos of a snow bunny shaking her ass, multiple. I knew he was a boy. I knew it. But this is crazy. It's about to get people in trouble. Watch out.
No, you know that
I was wondering what the fuck it was up there for.
No, I haven't seen that part, but I do know that now on the pages, if you like the videos or even if you use the notes thing, the people who follow you can see it. So I do see like if it's videos that people that you follow have already liked the video, like they're heart, like it'll just be bouncing around at the bottom of the video. So it'll be like a heart and then picture beside it. I mean,
No, that one, but that's what I'm saying. But even in the reels, like when I be looking, like I said, you will see up in the top, like what. I mean, I never click on them, but you'll see them over the top part. It's like the picture, then it's like a little red dot. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, the notes one it'd be down at the bottom, but the other one is up at the top. And I guess that's like you said, when you click on it, it will show whatever reels y'all like.
Yeah, well, the nigga, you gotta be. All I was sitting here tell anybody, you gotta be subconscious of. You know who you know that if you in a relationship or who you dating, you have to be careful. And I guess to kind of just switch gears a little bit because we all know one of my favorite things is I sit here and say, "Don't tell me Lil Baby album is trash if you can't tell me what else is next to go listen to." So I do want to take a time real quick just to say 2 new projects to drop. I haven't really got into them fully, but I've just kind of glanced and listened to them a little bit. Real quick, I did talk about this one gentleman maybe about a month and change ago, and it was the newer rappers out of Dallas, and they were calling it the New Dallas Movement, and it was the dude Montana 700. He didn't get signed, but the dude Z Billionaire. He got signed to CMG. He got one of his biggest songs was Going Back Down South. And then he just recently dropped, when he got signed to CMG, the single that they put out was them basic, and I ain't even gonna say a flip, but they just used the beat from Back Then Hoes Then Want Me, the Mike Jones song, and it's him featuring Boss Man D-Lo. He did also put out a full project along with his new signing to CMG. I'm really not a fan of the project like that. The song was cool. Like I like the song. I do like him. I like some of his other songs that he got with the Montana 700 dude. So I don't necessarily know if this is your first time seeing him because Yo Gotti was posting him all last week. I would sit here and recommend to go back and listen to some of his older stuff, especially that Back in the South song, or what is that? Is that what the name of the joint is? What's the name of that song? I won't get it exactly right. What is this name of this nigga joint? That old song. I want to say, is it Back to the South? Zillionaire Doe. That's his name. Yeah, it's called Back to the South. So he got the two songs that I like from him before he got signed to CMG. The new joint with him and Boss Man D-Lo is called Pull Up, and that's like I said, they redid the Mike Jones. I can't say redid because I feel like when you say redid, that means they used the hook. They just used the beat. The Back Then Hoes Then Want Me from Mike Jones. So it's him and Boss Man D-Lo. That song is cool. But Back to the South, that was the song that got him popular. And then his other biggest song is called Doing Numbers, and that's featuring YBT Fat and Montana 700. So like I said, he just got signed to CMG. But the other two projects, my favorite 2 projects of the weekend was No Cap just put out a new project, and Honcho also put out a new project. And this one, of course, I mean, for most people, the stuff that really got Honcho extremely popular was some of his girl records, but this one was a little bit more catered to just the streets. And I do know, I mean, of course, that is one of the craziest boxes and rabbit holes you can kind of get pigeoned into as an artist when the females kind of really fall in love with you. Niggas really don't want to hear the street shit no more, but he kind of let you know, even by the cover of that project, is nothing but a bunch of black Air Force Ones as the album cover, so you kind of let you even know how he was coming on that project. And I like it like that, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love his girl songs. Those are the songs that got me becoming a fan of his. But like I said, I do like this new project from him, and I like the new No Cap joint. No Cap one is more heavy on the R&B side. It's a lot more melodic, but of course, anytime him and Rollo, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I stand firm on this, Rollo Rodriguez is one of the best punchline rappers from the South, especially of this new generation. Like, he is one of those artists that I would love to hear him rap with, like Prime Wayne and Prime T.I. I will constantly sit here and say that Rollo Rodriguez be in his bag when it comes to them punchlines. So like I said, those is 2 newer projects that came out. I feel like somebody else put out some singles that I kind of was like, they was all right. Who else put out some singles this week? Oh yeah. Big X the Plug put out a deluxe to his project. I like the joint called Holy Ground. I did like that song. Who else put out something? Yeah, we talked about the Baby joint earlier. Yeah, that was kind of it. I ain't get to all them other songs because I was listening to those two projects, so I ain't really get to all the other singles that came out. I felt like it was some other stuff that was going on throughout the week that I needed to talk about. I do want to play this clip of SZA and Keke Palmer because Keke Palmer asked SZA, was Drake a good kisser? So my question of what I wanted to, I'm gonna play the clip, but I also just wanted to ask the room, how would you feel if you know that you dated somebody and somebody asked them, was you a good kisser? And this was their response.
This is honest. What should I ask? Oh. Okay, is Drake a good kisser?
Oh.
That's why I said fuck you in advance.
Oh, I like you. Hey, you.
I knew you were gonna do something that was so.
We have to gag him. You did.
So?
Oh, wow.
She's not gonna answer. He must have been terrible.
She did. She answered.
Was he good kisser?
Wow. Y'all mean this?
I don't want to. It hurts. You're a real.
We were
OG.
children.
We were children.
That was the sound of lies.
2009, we were children. Real shit.
I mean, it's a simple good or not good.
Yeah, it's really easy. And the fact that you don't want to say one is very telling.
You're trying to double team me into guilt because you know if I'm affected by it. Fuck y'all. I'm affected by it is everything. Why we didn't know you was married, Issa? What the fuck is that? And where did you come from? Huh? You be kissing this shit? And you.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of would feel some type of way. Like this was one of my exes, and they went on the joint. And somebody asked him, like, "Hey, you was such a good kisser. How would you?" I'm not gonna lie to you, I would kind of be butthurt.
Why?
Because I just would be. I feel like it's some shit like as an adult, like that's something you can control.
Kissing.
Like, no, that's what I'm saying. It's certain shit you can control. Like as a man, sometimes you can't control if you in the coochie and it's fire and you tap out fast and you're a 1 minute man. Sometimes you can't control that. But kissing, you can control. So if you are a bad kisser, it's just like, bro, it almost ain't no saving that.
But she said they were young.
Right.
So
you learn better.
yeah,
I mean,
you
shit.
Nah, I feel like if you're a good kisser, you've been a good kisser since high school, dog.
Huh?
Ain't no learning how to kiss. Like you even got
you learn how to, your sex ain't the same since high school.
Nah, nigga, you been kissing since elementary school. You should have had that shit right by high school.
It ain't that serious.
You've been playing. Let's be clear. And especially, I'm not saying I'm only gonna speak for my growing up. You've been playing Freaky Friday since fucking at least middle school. So by the time you got to high school, nigga, your kissing game should have been impeccable.
You still a child. You still a kid.
Yeah. You ain't
And you still dealing with other kids. Like it's no room for improvement. It's always room for improvement.
Not when it comes to kissing.
Hey,
Dog.
Get that shit off. You can tell I'm a bad kisser all you want. I don't give a fuck. That ain't gonna put no mud on my name. Kissing, I get anything else that might, but I'm not. You said I'm a bad kisser. All right, cool.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't necessarily know if, and this may just be a crazy hot take. I don't necessarily know if Drake will ever be able to date I don't know if he will be able to date another A or B list celebrity ever. I think this battle shit going realistically, he'll be like back to just literally just messing with like Instagram Jones. Like I don't think he could, like, you know, at one point in time he was kind of sniping down anything moving worth having a conversation about. Like Drake kind of could put his hands on it. I don't think he will be able to sit here and do that now. Like I think realistically, like even if you see him out ever again with a woman, it's going to literally be just like, oh, who is this random girl? Like I don't think he can, like how he had the Rihannas and he had all of like that, like his list of A-list celebrity women he was dating. I can't see that for him in the near future. And while we talking about SZA and we talking about Drake, Kendrick Lamar, of course, basically was already performing at the Super Bowl, but they did a new rollout for their Super Bowl performance where it was introducing that SZA and Kendrick Lamar will be co-headlining the Super Bowl together. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think some people, we had that conversation, and I do think, and I was listening to Rory and Maul, and I was kind of surprised that Maul didn't double down on sitting here saying that Beyonce performing at Christmas set the bar a lot harder. So was this Kendrick Lamar's way to kind of just be like, so people won't judge and I don't have to have all the pressure of following up the Beyonce performance by myself. I kind of get to use SZA to kind of help me out. And I honestly felt like that's what it was. Like I felt like they was gonna leave with the Kendrick Lamar just off the dolo, but then after Beyonce put the ball through the goddamn roof, I feel like maybe Kendrick kind of was like, I don't necessarily know if I can follow up behind that by myself. I think if Beyonce didn't do that Christmas halftime performance, I think realistically it was just gonna be Kendrick Lamar by himself. And I seen people sitting here saying,
I don't think so. I think this shit have been planned all along.
I mean, it could be because people were saying this is just the perfect rollout and the perfect promotion for their tour because they are going on tour
You the
together.
only person he did an interview with since the whole beef.
Yeah, cool. But then why not promote her doing why not promote y'all doing the Super Bowl together from off the rip then?
Because I guess you gotta have a surprise.
I feel like I think he would have did it though.
Because I mean, even with the album and everything else, I feel like this. I feel like everything is just leading up to. Because let's say shit, they might even put out a EP together before the Super Bowl, and then now we going on tour right after the Super Bowl. So that's why I said I feel like this is all leading up to it. This is good promo. Like I said, I feel like it's a smart move.
I ain't saying it's not a smart move, but I think the move only came because of that Beyonce concert.
I don't think that's
nigga. Beyonce put that shit through the roof. That's a lot of pressure to
you
follow.
put
And
it
we
through,
had that conversation
but
already, and I think that pressure sit here and said, "Hey, I may need a little bit of extra help."
But even still, I feel like you was about to be the first. You are the first rapper, like the first rapper to perform by itself. Nobody else performed as a rapper.
Yeah, but now you're not performing by yourself.
But you still perform by yourself. She might come out there and do 2 songs.
She not coming out to do. If she was gonna come out and do 2 songs, he didn't need to make a whole commercial with her now. They're gonna split that fit there. If he had 15 minutes, they splitting that fit. Okay, watch. I guarantee you she performed more than 2 songs.
No, of course, I would hope she would perform more than 2 songs because you really want to sell out. You want to go on to your tour where it's me and you. We in a stadium right now. It's about to be me and her on tour. You going in a stadium tour. I feel like this is a smart move to kick off your tour.
Yeah, like I said, I honestly think if the Beyonce thing didn't happen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think realistically, I don't necessarily know if he would have needed SZA. I think the SZA is his safety net, where it's like I can kind of rely on SZA right now, where I don't have to follow up behind his Beyonce by myself. Do I think it's great promo? Of course it is. Of course it will help. More tickets going to sell. More people going to go listen to both of their music. I think it will make it 100 times easier for people to sit here and say, "Damn, they smoked that Super Bowl. I can't wait to see them go on tour." Yeah, absolutely. But do I think realistically Kendrick Lamar would have did it by himself, and people would have been cool with him doing it by himself if it wasn't for that Beyonce concert? If Beyonce did not do that Super Bowl joint on Netflix, I would have halftime performance on Netflix that felt like a Super Bowl performance. I promise you that Kendrick Lamar would have did it by himself. Because he could have still went on tour. Him and SZA still could have went on tour. He still could have literally just bought SZA out for a song or 2, and people still would have got a taste of what the tour was going to be like. Before now, for you to sit here and say y'all co-headlining the Super Bowl halftime, I feel like you literally only did it because of the Beyonce joke. Like, I hear you, and I understand. Yes, it will be. Of course, it's going to be great. It will be great marketing promotion for their tour, but I feel like you still could have had that same exact marketing promotion by just bringing her out as a special guest and didn't need the commercial. But now I feel like the commercial helps give, like, because people really, wasn't talking about it as much as they was when the commercial first dropped and they originally announced that he was going to be performing at the Super Bowl. That, of course, sometimes when you promote stuff so far out in advance, you need ways to kind of remind people because sometimes the hype died down a little bit.
And that's why I feel like that's what they waited on. Because even like with Usher, when he was doing it, they're like, "Oh, well, who's Usher gonna bring out?" Well, Usher got songs with all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, but he never promoted who he was going to bring out.
He didn't. But that's what I'm saying. But I feel like with Kendrick going on tour with her, it was a smart move on that play. That's what I'm thinking. Like this is all set up for that.
I mean, we're gonna see. In other news, hold on, damn. Oh, Joy Chavez. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit disappointed in Joy. And Joy is one of those people that y'all know, of course, earlier. During the pandemic, I used to talk about a lot. I used to talk about Joy a lot during the pandemic because I just like Joy's content on YouTube. I like the way she was carrying herself via YouTube, but I feel like she kind of just, damn, she fumbled. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like I felt her judgment for me when it came down to. After this video, it kind of made me be like, damn, you're just a pretty girl. Like, it ain't like all that extra sauce sometimes you put on people because they beautiful women and you feel like, nah, dog. After I played this clip, I was like, bro, Oh, matter of fact, while I'm looking for this video, rest in peace to DJ Unk. I mean, yeah. And we talking about when we talk about regional music, we talking about hit records that kind of just hit differently in the South. DJ Unk is of course known for Walk It Out Now, Southside Walk It Out, Eastside Walk It Out, and a two-step with it. Like, shout out to DJ Unk. Rest in peace to DJ Unk. He passed away at 43 years old. I believe his wife confirmed that he passed away at a cardiac arrest. Where is Joy? Why the fuck I can't find this Joy video? Joy. Here we go, Joy. Come
on. But I can't go back there. And they're saying that I can't go back for maybe another 10 to 14. Maybe another 10 to 14. They're not looking at me. Could it be? I can't go back home for another 10 to 14 days. So that's crazy because we're like rotating 4 or 5 outfits. You know what I mean? Just continuing to rotate them. But like I said, I'm just super grateful that our house is still intact. Everything around us is burned down. So you can understand why I do not want to live there. I think I'm just over it. I think with my robbery that happened a few years ago, having to just like abruptly move, and then the fires happening, I'm just ready to get out of LA. It's time to just refresh. I really want to like cut my rent in half so that I can save and buy a house. That was the plan anyways, to buy a house by the end of this year. But now I'm really just like, okay, no, it's time to get out of here, and I can find what I need for like less than what I'm paying, half of what I'm paying right now. So sorry, but I had just been crying because I'm like, oh my gosh, like what are we gonna do? Like, I'm staying at my mom's house right now. My renter's insurance covers a hotel, but I just feel like I don't want to be in one room with 3 kids and like no kitchen, no washer and dryer, no.
So of course, I mean, people was dragging her to hell for notable reasons. One, because Joy has been one of those women who took pride on not putting her kids' fathers on child support. So people who may not be familiar who Joy Chavez is, she is Bow Wow's first baby mom, Future's baby mom, and one of the Future baby mom, the Future is very hands-on with their son, and that is his son Hendrix. And then she just recently had a child with Trayvon Diggs, and of course Trayvon Diggs is the brother of Stephon Diggs, cornerback of the Dallas Cowboys. So people was kind of just her sitting here saying like, even for the insurance, for the had to stay with her mom's, the hotel, any of that, it kind of was like, bro, you don't put nothing to it. Let's exclude Bow Wow, because I don't want to sit here and shade Bow Wow, sing Bow Wow having this back and forth with what's the off-brand ass football nigga that used to play for y'all. This nigga is just, he'll make my fucking ass itch every time I fucking see him come on social media. But him and Bow Wow,
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, them two niggas was having their back and forth. So cool. Let's take Bow Wow out. And the way Bow Wow was talking heavy. So I should probably bring Bow Wow in this conversation as well. But I want to keep it to the 2 niggas that we all know really got bread. Like, I feel like Bow Wow just he be one of them niggas. One day he just wake up and he be having his little male ego tantrum sometimes where he just be saying shit. So I kind of really don't believe half of the shit Bow Wow say. But let's just keep the 2 niggas that we all know for a fact got some real money is Future and Trayvon Diggs. There's no way, and both of their kids ain't even, well, Trayvon Diggs' son ain't even, or kid that she just had with him ain't even fucking probably 6 months yet. And Future's son ain't over 7. He young as hell. Like, he's super young. So for you to have 2 young ass kids by 2 rich ass niggas, there's no way in hell you should have to sit here and downsize. Even if you want to downsize just for your own mental space, cool. If that's how you really want to feel and you are some super independent woman, cool. I respect your gangster the same way I respect the man that seals. But it's still a huge but on dog. If it's no way that you should have to be in between, you shouldn't have to worry about no goddamn insurance company cutting you no check for you to stay nowhere when you got these 2 rich ass niggas as your baby father. On kids are still realistically newborn children. 2 kids under 7, it ain't no way by 2 rich. Nah, dog. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's just bad. That's bad pussy management. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, that certain shit just don't make sense. Like, huh?
Why?
Why you even have to worry about staying in a fucking hotel?
Well, she might not want to stay with them. Why she got to stay with them?
I don't have to stay with them. One of y'all, nigga, you should, dog. These 2 niggas is rich enough that y'all should have somewhere that I can stay.
But we're not talking about she wasn't their girlfriend. I mean, she wasn't their wife. It's a girlfriend. She's I don't even know. Like, but she's a baby mother. So they might not have no play. Maybe she ain't asked them.
Yeah, that's too much pride, bro. Ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. Like, sometimes you just got too much pride.
Though.
Yeah,
Like,
you absolutely right. She shouldn't. If I'm one of them and this was my baby mother, and you're talking about these ain't two niggas. These are not aspiring actors, aspiring musicians. This is not a football player that don't know where his next paycheck is going to come from. Trayvon Diggs is a star player on the defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys. Is Michael Parsons and it's Trayvon Diggs. Like, so all I'm just saying, and they literally, she just had a baby shower like right before the holidays. So their kid is super young. There's no way in hell that my baby mom's to my super young kid should be making some video making it seem like she's struggling in LA.
she didn't say she was struggling. She just wanted to downsize. And then she has three kids by 3 different men. So if you was with some, would you allow her bring her other kids and your kid to her house?
You was just fake playing stepdaddy to the other 2 kids just before y'all called it quits. Whatever reason it didn't work out, just before, when you was faking like it was supposed to work out, and you was trying to, before you was trying to get the cheeks, you was whining and dining the kids too. Let's not make it like this nigga just came in and just he wasn't playing stepdaddy before he got the cheeks to become. I seen videos and pictures of it.
But you said the 2 of them. So you got Future, right? And you got him. You might not want to take your other kids over there. He might have moved on with another female.
Bro, somebody put me up in something. One of y'all niggas gonna put me up in an Airbnb in Texas or something. Cool, we can get the fuck out of LA if she don't feel safe because
she still got her dance studio and all that stuff. Ain't what she?
I don't know. I mean, she was at one point in time, yeah, but I don't necessarily know because it sounds like she's like through what she was saying from the video. It sounded like she's she's tired of LA in general. So that's why she wants to downsize in space, and just because she may not feel comfortable with it, like because even she said in this video, her house got robbed before, so she might just not feel comfortable in LA and just period. So my whole thing of it is, okay, cool. Why don't move me somewhere in Texas right now. Take me and these kids, let's move somewhere in Texas, or put me in the air, because I'm sure realistically, because it seems like some of those fires are still going on in LA. So maybe LA just in general ain't somewhere just safe to stay as it is right now. So figure out, move somewhere. But there's no way in hell, if just me as a man, my ego and pride would not allow that video look crazy, dog. And even the way they set it up, like look how they set the video, like every blow, when they set it up, they put all 3 of these niggas right up under her.
Okay, well, let me when you say your ego and your pride, but if you're Future or Bow Wow, who she's moved on and had another baby with another man, would you still accept that?
If I'm Future, yes, because Future always still speak highly of her.
Okay.
Like even in songs, Future still speak highly of her. Future and shit, her and Bow Wow got a good relationship.
No,
like,
but
none of them don't have a bad relationship. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's why I was asking. That's why I was asking, because like you said, with your pride, I know how you say sometimes, oh no, if you go, you leave me, bitch, that's it. So that's why
no. But what I'm just saying is, it seems like the way that their relationships end, I have never heard nobody speak badly of her. So that's why to hear her say this in a video is kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Maybe she might got too much pride. You might be absolutely, her pride maybe because obviously she don't got none of them on child support. So she may just be one of those people where it's like, I'll take my L's by myself type of person. But still, if that's my baby mom's, bro, no, this video ain't gonna fly. As soon as I would have seen this video, I would have been like, bro, delete this shit.
But it's not like she asked out. She got a place to go. It's not like,
yeah, she got. I'm saying she got a place to go, but bro, you can't. These niggas is like, Google this nigga Trayvon Diggs contract, bro. He's a millionaire. Like this nigga ain't like, oh, he only signed a football deal for $2 million. Like this nigga's up. The Future is up. He told, and this like, bro, still your kids still live with her. So your kid, like, if you care about your child, you should still care about where she's laying her head with these kids.
That's true.
Like, I'm not about to sit here and just be like, all right, yeah, because she moved, because we didn't work out. Yeah, but my kid's still there. So like, just over common courtesy, I would be like, all right, bro, you cool. You don't, I'm not, I ain't trying to flirt with you. I ain't trying to ask you for no pussy or nothing. But bro, he goes, come and stay in this house. Like, let me go put you up somewhere, dog. Like, buy her a new place. Like, she just, to me, just sound crazy that you got a baby by 3 millionaires and you talking about saving up to buy a new home. What the fuck? Like, come on, that sound crazy, dog. But like, you let millionaires nut up in you. That should sound like some bitch who got to work at a regular job. But that's why it's no way in hell you got kids with millionaires and you talking about you got to save up money to do what? And you don't got them on child support. What the fuck am I saving for? Nigga, I let you nutted in me. Bro, this is supposed to be a cat like that's why I'm not.
But then I think, that's what. But if you put yourself, you might have to put yourself in that shoe. Like you said, your pride. I don't want to be like, I owe this nigga something because he put me in his house.
listen, guess what you want? Listen, this is what I'm sitting here saying. This is where y'all are being hypocrites, because just a couple of weeks ago, not even a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, y'all argued on the side of the girl with Jimmy Butler. So how the fuck she got 3 Jimmy Butlers? And you sit here telling me that she should sit here and talk about the audacity to talk about saving money? Why she gotta save money to buy a place and she got 3 Jimmy Butlers?
Because she don't want to feel like, oh, I owe them, or I'm attached to them. She don't want to be feel that way. That's what I'm saying to you. It's probably is her pride where she don't want to sit here, I got to depend on him or ask him like, oh, he got to do this for me to have that. She don't want you signing. I don't need you to sign on that. Like, that's where her pride is there. When you said to Jimmy Butler, they was already getting the money. He's already on child support. They are not on child support. So that's what I'm saying, that her pride might be in the way. It was like, well, no, I don't want no handouts from them. I want it on my own.
Yeah, that's crazy. She crazy. And that's why, again, I said that's bad pussy management then. Like, if
she might be able to get it, she just might not want it. Because what it comes what's
I want to feel like that. I want to feel like I did this on my own. I built it. So I want to say this nigga took care of me.
And then that's when you need to put niggas on child support. Because if niggas don't have the common courtesy to sit here and say, when she made this video and don't feel like that they should sit here and just drop a bag of money off of her, or tell her like, here go a key to this place, I ain't staying there, here you go ahead until whatever they figure out the stuff. Like, man, that shit crazy.
And they could have, and maybe she chose her peace over dealing with whatever type of shit comes along with her taking their handout.
Yeah, she better than me. I'm taking a handout, dog. I'm sorry. I'm taking a handout. I ain't gonna hold you. Real quick, in other news, I'm about to call this man Martin Luther King. Martin Lawrence went on the Breakfast Club, and so did Wendy Williams. And I think for me personally, I kind of took the same thing twice from both of them. What's my man? Katt Williams kind of called out Martin Lawrence and was basically sitting here saying Martin shouldn't hide from having a stroke, and he should be able to just admit it and just kind of and allow people to even kind of feel pity for him. Because if you listen, and I seen Charlamagne kind of trying to throw him some bail because people were saying it's something wrong with Martin because Martin don't seem the same as like Martin who was on the show. And then he kind of sit here and said, well, maybe Martin was playing a character and that's not really who Martin is in real life. That was just the character Martin. But if you listen, and I'm somebody who listen and pay attention the same way when I heard Wendy Williams, like, yeah, I heard Wendy Williams sound like Wendy Williams a little bit, but I'm listening enough to hear and listen to the whole, I believe that Jones like 45 minutes. You can hear pieces of when Wendy Williams kind of sound like she was out of it a little bit. Like she'll be talking about something and then she'll take the conversation completely somewhere else because she forgot where her talking point was. Like you can tell that she's okay. Like she can hear what's going on, but at the same time when I'm listening, I was still kind of just like, And I meant to say something when I listened to it. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Because I can't, like, she kept saying, I forgot what word she kept saying, but it was like some little, like, in between all her sentences. I want to say she kept saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what she was saying. I can't remember because it was like 2 weeks ago when I listened to it, but I just remember because people called in, like, right after the interview, people called up into the Breakfast Club, and some people felt like the way I did. Well, some people was like, oh, yeah, and listen to what I'm saying. I'm not a huge Wendy Williams fan. Like, I didn't grow up listening to Wendy Williams or some shit like that, so I don't know, but just listening, I know what an old person sound like. She sound like she was old. She sound like it. Like if you have a conversation with somebody old enough, like they can have a conversation, but you can tell when they get old how they'll just repeat certain stories, or they'll just repeat themselves, or they'll mid conversation they'll change it to something completely different, and they're not doing it on purpose. You can just tell that's just a little bit they old. So that was kind of my biggest takeaway from Martin and Wendy Williams, where you can kind of, if you just listening and really paying attention to their speech and the way they're speaking, you can tell it's like something happened. Like even with Martin, like, yeah, Martin has complete sentences, but he just, even the way he talked, how slow he was talking, it just sound like that Martin sound way older than what he is. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you go listen to that Martin interview in the Breakfast Club, Martin sound like he probably was like, I ain't gonna lie, Martin sound like damn near almost like he was pushing 80. And Martin probably ain't number 50 something. So you can kind of tell, like, so when Katt Williams said it, I don't feel like he said it like on being like shady or nothing. And I know that they probably had their little back and forth because of the, like, when Katt Williams was saying that niggas be dressing like women and stuff like that. But still, it's just like listening to Martin and listening to Wendy, you can kind of just tell like everything ain't how it used to be for either one of them. So like I said, I mean, that was cool. I guess let's get into A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky, I know last week we talked about when A$AP Rocky was on trial and the judge asked him something about What was? Oh yeah, the judge was asking him about his dating situation when it came to Rihanna, but now
that rock.
But now basically he turned down ASAP Rocky turned down the plea deal. The plea deal was basically, I want to say ASAP Rocky was supposed to do, I want to say 160 days in jail. He turned down that plea deal, so now he's going to take it to trial. But realistically, the trial, if he lose, he could be facing up to 24 years. So, and of course, in the trial, in the process of picking out the jurors, you know, they always, quote unquote, the jury is supposed to be a 12 of your peers. And basically the complaint was, it was not enough black people on this thing. I want to say out of the 12 people, it may have only been 4 black people. So even Al Sharpton came up and was like, you know, I'm not trying to make a big deal about it, but I think people should pay attention to this trial because it's kind of crazy that they in California and when this is in LA, and it's supposed to be, quote unquote, a jury of your peers, and there's only 4 black people on this thing. And then, of course, the judge was going around. He was asking people, like, when he was, you know, trying to figure out who he was going to have on the jury, he was asking them, like, hey, are you familiar with Rihanna? Are you a fan of her music? Do you buy any of her Fenty products? And he even asked the young lady, like, hey, what do you listen to Rihanna? He's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I'm not a huge fan or whatever the case may be. So he was like, how would you feel would you be able to still properly judge this trial if Rihanna came and sat in the courtroom every day? How would you feel? Like the first day she come in here, what would be your initial reaction? And the girl thought about it for a second. And then the judge asked her, like, what's the pause for? And she was like, I'm trying to give you an honest answer. I don't want to just say anything because it may not be truthful. So I'm trying to play it out in my head. If Rihanna came in this courtroom, how would I actually go about this? And that was to me, that was an honest question, because that is a real thing. Like, let's not make it like Rihanna some fucking boo-butt. Like, Rihanna is a fucking megastar, especially compared to ASAP Rocky. So I can only imagine, you talking about in a court setting, that it's a court setting. So I can only imagine if I'm a juror and I've never seen Rihanna in real life, where I'm sure 90% of the people in the world have never been in that close of a space with Rihanna, and it's still Rihanna. I can only imagine kind of like, damn, this Rihanna here. Like, your mind is going to go there if we keep it in a buck, especially if you know who Rihanna is. So I did kind of get where the judge was going, because that would play a part in and I kind of remember last week when I asked, I was wondering why they even brought up his dating status, because like, what did that really matter? But then it kind of do make sense now. Okay, if Rihanna do come in this courtroom, how many of the jurors actually will be able to still lock in and pay attention to how the trial is going and not keep glancing and looking at Rihanna? So that would kind of like, when they played out like that, that kind of made sense. I just want to play this little 15-second clip of the court.
Really told his friend that Rocky was a piece of shit and declared, I'm gonna beat this nigga up. Now it's funny, they showed you a lot of text messages. I didn't see that one.
You know what's so funny? I guess, and people, of course, are always going to be in an outrage when one of these lawyers read off these text messages and they never skip over the N-word. Like, so that was one of the bigger things that people was kind of course, trying to make a big deal and talk about it, because the judge read out nigga and didn't say anything about it. And just real quick, I do want to play this clip of Tyra Banks, because Tyra Banks did talk about her house burned down. And I respect her, and I respect her answer with saying like, hey, I didn't really want to bring no type of attention to myself about it, because there are other people who realistically are going through it and really need real help, where, you know, I can kind of thug it out and figure it out on my own. I don't want to draw no attention to myself. So I do respect Tyra Banks for sitting here saying that. I'm gonna play this clip real quick though.
It's now great to have you with us.
Hi.
First off, we know that you lived in LA.
Yes.
And you've got family and friends there.
Yes.
How are they doing after the fires?
Some are doing okay, and some are, you know, not doing so great. Yeah.
Well, you know people who've lost their houses.
I'm one of them.
You lost your house?
Yes, exclusive. Yes, I lost my house. I haven't really talked about it, but yeah, I have. I just didn't want to pull a lot of attention to me. I feel like there's a lot of people that need that attention, so I haven't really talked about it, but I can't sit here and not tell the truth that, yeah, we lost our house.
Were you here in Australia,
Yes.
or were you in LA?
No, I was here.
So what was happening? When did you find out? How did you find out?
I don't remember. We were at a friend's house here, and we were celebrating and just having fun, and I just kept checking my phone, not for my house, but just for friends and family, just making sure they were evacuating and everything. And then I asked my partner, I was like, I'm seeing something here. What do you think? And he said, and I just pulled it together and just didn't say anything to my friends and just stayed in that moment. And then we went home and we cried and we had our moment. Yeah.
Oh, so you lost everything in the house?
Yes. I mean, our house, we brought a lot of things here. We're between here and New York. So a lot of those like mementos are here and in New York. So I didn't lose that, thank goodness. There were some mementos that we lost. But yeah, it's tough.
We're so sorry to hear that, Tyra.
Okay. Yeah.
We are loving having you in Australia, though,
Thank
and I
you.
know how much.
It sounds like that's her third home. And I think that's why sometimes it was so hard for some people, especially via the internet. And that's why, like I said, I respect her for not even really making it a big deal until somebody just made the conversation. I can't imagine kind of just being at a party and figuring out on the internet that your house just burnt down and still kind of just like keeping your poker face at the party and not breaking down emotionally. But maybe it's not no real emotions there, especially if that's your third house. Because if I'm listening to her right, it sounds like she's lived in, she probably has a home in LA, but it seemed like she said she's back and forth between New York and Australia. So I mean, if that's just your third home, I can kind of get where it's not as a big of a deal as it normally would be for somebody else. Man, I want to play this one dude, but I'm scared. I don't necessarily know if this shit, man, this nigga was cranking this goddamn piano. I'm just gonna play like a quick piece of it because I don't know if they're gonna try to flag my shit.
Power up like Super Saiyan colors. Put my whole fam on like we watch the Wayans brothers. TYE a square. TYE a scary dude. Everybody hate Chris, but my sister-in-law, she married dudes. I be fucking white chicks. Like a very few. Got my muscle up and now I pop my shit like Terry Crews. Ooh, I smoke.
This nigga, he be cranking. I ain't gonna lie, he be rapping and playing the keyboard. I mean, not the keyboard, but be actually playing the piano. And he got a couple of songs that kind of been going viral. Shout out to Sexyy for that's one thing I do like about Sexyy, because they find a good balance on still promoting new artists and posting the gossip stuff. Because I mean, it's cool. Like, of course, I know the gossip stuff is what's going to drive people to the page, but still finding ways to highlight new artists to kind of give them that spotlight. I do respect Sexyy for consistently always doing that. Princess Love was on, and again, shout outs to Carlos King, because I think we talked about that a few weeks ago. Carlos King kind of just is the space for the reality women to kind of go in there and just crash out and spill their tea. So I do want to kind of play a little bit of these clips. What was this one?
To go to jail. And we were just like there for
okay, real quick. So just to give a little line for people who don't know who Princess Love is Ray J baby mom. And I guess you have the problem, right? Oh, well, wife. I think they divorced now. Yeah, it's ex-wife. So it's Ray J's ex-wife, his baby moms. They are divorced, and they were on Love and Hip Hop together. But before her and Ray J got together, she was dating Floyd Mayweather. It was one of Floyd Mayweather's main girlfriends. So this is a clip of her talking about how her and Floyd Mayweather met and how he was one person while he was in jail, and then after he got out of jail, he kind of became a totally different person. So I do want to play this clip, and I just kind of was thinking like, damn, and let's be clear, I don't think Ray J can honestly feel any type of way, because one, this was before her and Ray J was in a relationship together, and the way Ray J he just recently literally did a video today talking about how he be leaving Sukiana's coochie's juices on his lip. So if you see him smelling his mustache, that's because he been dealing with Suki. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was about to sit here and say, if I was Ray J, how would I feel if my baby mom was talking about Floyd Mayweather in this type of way? But then I kind of just thought about it when I was literally just about to say that, and I just said what Ray J was saying. If I was Princess Love, I probably would crash out if this nigga was sitting here going around telling people how he's smelling his upper lip that smells Sukiana. Like, bro, like, that shit would make me actually question if were me and you ever a real thing for real, or was I just some shit you was just dealing with? Because it's no way, bro. No. Like, that Sukiana shit as a woman, that shit would kind of like, when we talk about how people look at Sexyy Red, I feel like people look at Sukiana even 100 times worse than they look at Sexyy Red. Because Sukiana don't have no talent whatsoever. At least Sexyy Red then found out ways to make hit records. Like, Sukiana is real live, just like, she just hanging around by the grace of the shade room.
We built a strong friendship, and I did not know that he had all these women, but he's always been very, very honest. And he'll tell you, like, I'll have as many women as I can afford. And it's like, okay. You know, he's not a liar. He's never lied about anything. So, you know, we built a friendship while he was in jail. When he got out, it kind of just like developed into something more. We were still friends. Like friendship was always like our base, our foundation. And by the time he got out, it was, you know, I know the Floyd that I know is the Floyd that didn't have access to all these like crazy things. Like I got to know Floyd when he was like his most vulnerable time, you know, when he was just grateful to get a cheeseburger, you know. So that's the Floyd that I fell in love with. And then when he got out, I met the real Floyd, like the you know, like the, you know, everything that came with them. And, you know, it's like we already built that that friendship. So it was like I couldn't just leave. And I don't want to say too much.
Did you feel
he was doing a lot for me, more than anybody has ever done. You know what I mean? He bought me a brand new car. He got me an apartment. And it was like, and then he's like, and then I started noticing, oh, there's a lot of women around. Okay. There's an assistant. There's a masseuse. There's this, there's that. And I'm just thinking they're just around because he likes being around like women. And then I started noticing, okay, like this girl's looking at me crazy, you know? And then I started noticing, okay, there's more. And then, you know, that's when the truth came out. I can afford as many women, or I can have as many women as I can afford, you know. And he didn't lie about it, so I can do nothing but respect it. But
did he say that to you, or you heard him say that in an interview?
He said it to me.
He said that to you after you confronted him?
No, I never. Well, this was so long ago. This was like almost 15 years ago.
I said, then why are we talking about if it was 15 years ago then?
Yeah, because I mean, one, of course, because I mean, one is because it's Carlos King, and then two is because people look for a storyline. People look for ways to kind of tell stories that people heard.
So,
and
my question is, you got known for talking to him or for Ray J?
Ray J. I mean, that's where I know her from. I know her from being on Love and Hip Hop with Ray J.
That's why I'm just like, well, what then? Why you like? Because the way you tell me something, well, damn, can I really talk about this? Then why are you sharing it if you can't really talk about it? Like,
I mean, one I'm gonna say is shout out to Floyd Mayweather, because you got to understand how you got some different type of money, and then realistically going back into when we were talking about the Target situation, and when you see him saying if you own your own stuff, people can't cancel you. Go on even kind of back into the Akademiks things to kind of, before we get out of here, to kind of tie all of those conversations in. If you can't cancel something that you didn't help build. And you can't cancel somebody who is self-made, and Floyd Mayweather, by definition of what is self-made, is Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was throwing his own fights. He was the promotional company. He didn't have, like, you can't tell me a Floyd Mayweather endorsement you ever seen. So all the millions of dollars Floyd Mayweather has made, as much as people want to say, oh, he can't read, he's slow, this and the third, Floyd Mayweather has made some great investments. Floyd Mayweather has spent money and put money back into himself, building himself up as a brand, and allegations that normally would have killed the majority of athletes in the world. They would have ended their career. It didn't do nothing. He had to sit down for a little bit, do his time for a hot second, and he came home and he was still Floyd Mayweather. He was still Money Mayweather. And it was just like those things kind of just like, again, sometimes where it's like you can't put all your eggs in one basket, and you kind of can't allow other people to dictate your success. And that's why you kind of got to respect him for even just taking his own career in his own hands. And then even when it comes to dating, like, just imagine telling a woman, like, yeah, I really fuck with you, but I'm gonna still date as many women as I possibly can afford to date. And you got to kind of, you either take it or you're going to leave it. And most of them took it
And
as
that's
long
some
as they
rich
could
people
take
shit.
it.
Now, that's why I said when you say, well, even going back to earlier when you was like, you know, cheating, that's probably like a rich man. But I feel like that right there is a rich man sports where, oh yeah, well I got this amount of girls because I got the money to pay and entertain them.
And then for them to just like, she just you take it on the chin. Like, it's cool. Like, it like, you know, this come with the territory. Like, bro, you know what type of different level of bread you got to have for a woman to just be like, yeah, it's cool. I get it. It's Floyd. This will come with the territory. And then it's still, but my male ego, I would feel some type of way if I'm Ray J with my ex-wife say, still to this day, the man who's ever done the most for me was Floyd Mayweather. I just got an ego, bro. And that's why sometimes you just got to stay in your lane. You got to date in your lane and you got to know your lane, know your place. And then just sometimes you just got to know with some niggas you just can't follow up. And Floyd Mayweather is one of them dudes. So let's be clear. Some niggas may look at it like, all right, Ray J won because he still end up having her. They had kids together, but still like, damn, shout out to Floyd Mayweather, bro. He's the real deal. Money Mayweather. Before we get out of here, shout outs to Chris. How about to call this nigga Chris Webber? My bad. Chris Brown. Chris Brown is suing Warner Brothers for $500 million. And the reason why I respect what Chris Brown is doing, of course, because we played the clip of that little I don't know if it was a whole documentary or a docu-series that they was trying to put out on Chris Brown, and the lady, the main person who was just supposed to be the allegations towards Chris Brown, they was allowing her to stay at John Doe. She didn't come out and show her face or nothing. They was putting a little filter on her voice or whatever the case may be. And Chris Brown was like, enough is enough. He was like, bro, I've been trying to reevaluate and revamp my career for the last 10-something years, and y'all continuously try to find ways to put smut on my name. And I do think realistically, you kind of just got to. I ain't mad at him because I think Chris Brown probably comes to that realization is I can't just allow people to do and say whatever to me, because that's why I'll never be able to get the Super Bowl. That's why I'll never get nominated for certain Grammys. I won't even get to be shit. He couldn't even perform at the, what was that? I forgot. Was that it wasn't the BET. Was that the BET Awards? Yeah, you couldn't even perform at the BET. So it's like, even if you put the Grammys here and you put the BET Awards there, you talking about at all levels from here to here, I can't never get in and just be able to perform and be able to get my shit off because they constantly putting smut on my name. Then cool. If that's the case, then I have to fight back. So I'm not mad at Chris Brown for finally saying enough is enough, because if you're paying even attention to this Diddy situation, like, yeah, Diddy probably may be foul and wrong for whatever he gonna eventually have to do time for, but you can't if you paying enough attention, you can read and see between the lines that some of these people are just trying to do a money grab, or they just piling on because Diddy's name is hot right now. And that's the same way people kind of do with Chris Brown. So he kind of just like, dog, if I'm never going to get any of these things, I still can't just allow people to play with my name neither. I can't allow people to just think you could just put out a random documentary about me and you make millions of dollars off of this documentary, and I'm still trying to figure out how can I get my career back. And that when I say get my career back, I mean I should be able to get highlighted at some of these elite award shows because I've been doing elite work. It ain't like Chris Brown be just putting out bum ass albums and nobody ain't listening to him. It ain't like Chris Brown's got to go perform at the Fillmore. Chris Brown is still in arena tour. Shit, he even showed you he can go overseas and pack out stadiums. So you can't sit here like, I have a career to fight for. I'm not, again, and I mean this with all shade, I'm not Tory Lanez, dog. I'm not about to just sit here and just let y'all treat me like I'm some Fillmore nigga. Like, hell no, I'm going to put a fight up for my career. So I'm not mad at Chris Brown for sitting here saying like, bro, enough is enough. Like, we got to relax. So shout outs to Chris Brown. I hope even if he doesn't win the $500 million, I hope this just let people know Chris Brown is not allowing people just to keep playing with his name and his likeness. Because it's like, bro, enough is enough. Like, bro, come on. Like, let's be clear. And ain't nobody's trying to make it like Chris Brown is some type of saint and he been living and walking this perfect narrow, but he's been trying. And he's been trying hard enough that you kind of, as a human, you kind of be like, damn, when will people allow your past to just be your past?
41. What's the hardest part about dating at 41? So I think the hardest part for me, I like women that are younger, typically around 10 years younger than me. You know, that's kind of like my sweet spot. And it's just...
Well, hold on. Why go for a woman who's 10 years younger as opposed to one that's the same age?
Man, I like them tight and right. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I don't like to see signs of aging. I know that's so superficial, but that's what I want. I want somebody who is physically super, super attractive to me. And then I want someone who doesn't have it all figured out yet. I don't like to deal with people who think they got all the answers. You know, those are very difficult people to deal with.
So you want a woman who lacks experience so you can show her the world and teach her things.
Absolutely.
But what's the problem with a woman who is already like experienced traveling to different cities, countries, things of that nature?
I don't think anything is wrong with it, right? It's just not for me. Like, I want to be that person to experience those first with you. I want to be that person that, hey, when we go to this city, I know all the dope spots. Let me take you everywhere. Let me show you everything. Let me blow your mind. Let me be associated with like your first everything.
Your age.
All right, so cool. So real quick, when Erica, when you sent this video, I said I agree with everything that he said, and I understood what he was saying. Besides the age gap of dating, like when you sitting here saying, I don't think you have to date 10 years younger to find women to you can sit here and introduce all those experiences. Because that's something that I always jokingly say about it. Like when we talking about people who just do vacations with a bunch of random people, because I do think there are a lot of men who think like him, like, bro, I want to be your first. I want to be the first person to introduce you to this new thing. Because let's be clear, when you introduce somebody to something as the first, they'll never forget it. Like I would never, even know that I paid for 90% of the first things I've ever done, I still won't forget the first girl I ever went to Roof Chris with. I won't forget the first girl I ever went to this restaurant or the first time I ever went on a vacation. You won't forget those things. Now, do I think that he's kind of like, I think if you'll probably have to work a lot harder to date women in your age group and still be there first. But I mean, it's a part of me. If you want something, you got to kind of look for it. So I do think him saying like, all right, I'm 41 and I'm trying to date women that's 30. Well, because we talking about 31 and 41 ain't crazy because both of y'all are like realistically super grown and both of y'all have probably had y'all whole phase and kind of already been ran through. So that's not OD, but still to the point where I just would think like, I may want to close that gap just a little bit because I do think this new 30, especially if it's a new 30 where they kind of just a little bit educated, they still may feel like they ain't really got to get their life and experience really up under them yet. So I do, like I said, I agree with what he's saying and I understand, hey, I want to be somebody's first. I don't want to sit here and like you already been to the Maldives with some fucking scammer nigga. I ain't trying to take you to the Maldives now. Because I wasn't the first nigga to take you. So it's like I don't want to be somebody's sloppy second. So I get what he's saying. Like I want to sit here and say, hey, you ever been to Spain before? I don't want you to be like, oh yeah, me and my ex who used to play for the Mavericks went to Spain. Like, fuck, man, I don't want to do it. I don't. Like, I'm cool. Like, fuck, it's no, like, nah, dog, I wouldn't want to do it. Like, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like even if we bring it back to Joy, like, I don't know what the fourth nigga, like, who's going to be the fourth nigga to be like, I want to be the baby daddy after Bow Wow, Trayvon Diggs, and Future. So I get what he's saying. Like, I understand. But the crazy thing is I just don't agree with the age gap thing. Because I do think sometimes even still with the age gap, like I said, the 40 and 30 is a little bit different. But I do feel like sometimes even with that age gap, people still won't even appreciate the experience the same.
But I feel like that's childish. At the end of the day, you don't have to be my first, but you might be the first person to give me a different experience.
Cool, but let's be real. If you sit here and say, let's say if I'm 40 and I take a 40-year-old woman who ain't traveled before, and then she kind of been ran through a little bit, and you finally take her somewhere, oh, that bitch gonna love you.
But I mean, if you look at it, it's people. You see, I'm not gonna say it's very rare you're gonna find a first, but like, what is the? So you want somebody that's ooh and ah by, oh, you taking me these places. You don't want somebody that could do it themselves. That's what you're saying.
No, you may be able to do it yourself, but you was just such a hard worker. You never had time to do it yourself. You may never felt like shit. I don't want to spend my money on that. You may just been waiting, and now here come Prince Charming. You finally found me. Now boom, let's go. Now you happy. The first time you ever sat floor seat at a game is because I took you there. The first time you'd have been into a 5-star restaurant, you gonna remember, like, especially if you catch her. That's why I say I don't agree with the 10 years thing, because the 10-year gap, that woman is 10 years younger. She gonna still think the grass is green on the other side. But if you could catch you a woman in her 40s or her late 30s and she ain't never really been nowhere and ain't really done shit, and most of the niggas been getting over her with the bare minimum shit, and you catch her and you be able to do something a lot extra than what the bare minimum was, she gonna appreciate it a lot more. The same reason why niggas was appreciate cooking with Kaya, because niggas wasn't getting them home cooked meals. So if you can find somebody at a good age, at an older age that ain't really had a lot of experience, I promise you they gonna appreciate it way more because they didn't dealt with the bare minimum for so long. So if you can find somebody and you there first, like if you the first person to put a stamp on that passport, man, that girl gonna all right. You better take when you put that stamp on that passport, you better bring it with some plan B's, because I'm telling you she ain't gonna want to get up off you. Like, it's just a fact. Like, she been out here 40. Just imagine you 40 years old as a woman, and you got like 30, 40 bodies, something like that. Let's just keep it clean. Let's just say she done 40 bodies. 40 years old, 40 bodies. You ain't never been nowhere. You ain't never been nowhere further than Miami. You're gonna appreciate a nigga and be like, oh, what's up, man? When your birthday? Oh, you trying to go to Paris? If you've never been nowhere but Miami, a nigga sitting here say he gonna try to take you to Ghana or Jamaica, and you never been nowhere to Miami, and you 40 years old with 40 bodies, you going to treat that nigga like God when you get to Jamaica. That's all I'm just saying. You find you a woman 40 years old that ain't never been nowhere but Miami, and you finally put a stamp on her passport. All right. You just better bring a plan B with you. That's all I can tell you. What else I feel like I didn't hear? Let me play my man. This is one of my second jumps that I like.
Do differently, right? If like you were the president.
I would never want to be president, especially in the world that we live in.
You wouldn't want to be the president of the United States?
Mm-mm. If the White House was ever hiring, I would put an application to be Senate.
Wait. How old are you?
8.
Hey, you know what a Senate is? What the fuck? So let's say the White House contacted you after you put in your application, right? What are you gonna tell them when they ask you what jobs have you previously worked to potentially be Senate?
I would say I'm a cashier at McDonald's. That means I got great communication to talk to people. Being a cashier at McDonald's is not really for the weak. We at McDonald's every other day. As soon as me and my mom go past, you already know what time it is. I need that chicken Big Mac meal with a large fry.
Flag on the plate. Whatever happened to like kids getting like Happy Meals?
Girl, bye.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Back to the question I originally asked. Why would you want to be the Senate?
Because the president is just a face for America. They don't really have a say-so for real. They're just like puppets. And I'm from Brooklyn, so if I'm doing anything, I got to be the one calling the shots.
I'm from Brooklyn. I rep Brooklyn all day. They killed Biggie.
What would you do differently, right? If like
she smoked that. Yeah, she smoked it. Like I said, that is becoming one of my second favorite. Right after the red balloon, this dude, him finding them kids, is super funny. And before I get out of here, I do want to, I feel like I got everything else off.
Him.
That was okay. I wanted to play these last two jumps before I wrote health certain situations.
You don't love yourself enough to take care of this. But what you mean? You're supposed to exercise if you love yourself. Uh-oh. What kind of walking did you do? What kind of exercise did you do? Did you get on a bicycle? Did you do something physical to keep this physical anatomy in good working condition? You didn't do that. Oh, I'm very busy. I'm too busy. I'm very busy. I'm a doctor. I got a lot of patients, man. I ain't got no time for that. I'm a teacher. I got to study, get my lesson plans out and everything. I ain't got no time for no exercise. Well, you got time to die. So just as you got enough medical science to be a good doctor, it's the big one. You out of here with a heart attack because you didn't love yourself enough to do good to yourself.
All right, my last health jump before I get out of here, and I'm done.
Miss Ma'am, Sugarfoot, ladies, I'm about to tell all of y'all who are brand fucking new to the gym, you just started, I'm gonna tell you every fucking gym phase you need to skip as a beginner in the gym, Sugarfoot. This is no particular motherfucker order. Number one, cardio bunny phase. Please skip the shit out of that cardio bunny phase. What the fuck is a cardio bunny? You walk your ass in the gym, you get on that damn treadmill, that elliptical, that stationary bike, and you stay on that shit for an hour and you run away from the weights. You don't touch no fucking weights. Ma'am, you need weightlifting, okay? You need cardio every day. That should be a part of your daily fucking activity. But you damn sure don't need an hour of that shit, especially without no motherfucking weights. Skip that phase. Number two, y'all gonna dislike me for this, the waist trainer phase. Yes, I've said it a gabillion times. I'm gonna keep saying the shit. They do nothing for you. No disrespect to waist trainers. You can still buy one if you want to, because guess what, baby? You grown as hell. Whatever makes you sleep better at night, but I would recommend you skip that phase. You cannot mold body fat. This is not fucking Play-Doh. You can't mold your stomach to where the fuck it's gonna be. You're gonna lose water weight. When you drink water, it's gonna come right the fuck back. That's it. That's all. Number 3, you're going to dislike me for this one too. The booty band phase. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Once again, no disrespect to the BFR bands, but the bands that they wrap underneath their booty cheeks, talking about it's going to grow you some glutes. No, the hell it's not. That's not how that works. Those bands are not even the correct bands that they use in fucking physical therapy. Those bands work the distal limbs. So if anything, the shit's going to grow more of your quad muscles than your ass cheeks. It don't work from the band up. It works from the band down. Okay. The next thing I'm going to tell you is the motherfucking fat burner phase. Skip that shit, okay? The fat burner phase. The shit ain't going to do nothing but heat you up, make you sweat. So, because you know, when you're new to the gym, you think, oh, I sweat a lot, so I did something. No, sweating is the cooling process your body goes through when it overheats, Sugarfoot. Any motherfucker can stand still and sweat. That don't mean they losing body fat. So skip the fat burner phase, because once again, it's just going to heat you the fuck up, fill you up with a bunch of caffeine, and it's going to have you over there like this with the jitters and shit. You can have one of these pre-workouts if you want that. That's what I like when I work out. But once again, that's part 1 of this shit. If y'all want a part 2, let me know.
Like I said, we here each and every week to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend. I feel like I definitely hit all the topics that I think was important. Sharpton, Akademiks, DJ Unk. Again, rest in peace to DJ Unk. Oh yeah, matter of fact, before we roll, Big Boogie. Because we talked about child support, I should have brought this in with Big Boogie when we were talking about I forgot whoever we was just talking about with the child support thing. But Big Boogie is mad because his baby moms said she wanted to put him on child support because she seen him buy his new girlfriend a car. And I think sometimes when you hear stories like this, I think you kind of almost got to know. It's damn near like sports. You got to know your personnel already. If you know your baby mom is the jealous type of crash out, you should not be taking certain shit to the internet, especially if she don't got you on child support already. And I guess he was upset because he felt like he was already paying the bills. And I guess she must be a rapper as well, because they're saying on the Jonas said he'd be paying all her bills. He bought her a car. I think he bought her something, and he'd be writing her rap. So obviously she must make music. But my only thing to him is like, bro, you know that she a crash out and she the jealous type. Everything don't got to be on social media. Like, I would not put nothing to trigger my baby moms on social media if I know that she's just a fucking crash out. Like, just skip it, dog. Like, cool. If you actually bought your girl a car, why do you got to post it on social media? You don't have to. You bought the fucking car. She's driving the car. I'm sure she's appreciative that you bought her a car. I don't have to buy you a car and show it, especially if I know that my baby mom's is a crash out.
What if she posted?
So what? She don't gotta need. I don't even necessarily know people need to know me and you dating if I know my baby mom's is a crash out.
Okay.
Like, if you know that you got one of them petty ass baby mothers who gonna just do the most because you come off and you seem happy on social media now, like, you just don't need to be happy on social media. Like, avoid that headache. Like, sometimes you just gotta know, like, all right, it's cool. I don't want to sit here and trigger somebody to sit here and have somebody crash out on me for no reason.
Okay, that makes sense.
So again, shout out to Big Boogie. Like I said, we here each and every week. Scissored on the Jones, sell the phones, GameStop, Netflix raised the price, Coily Ray, no cap. I don't know how true this is about Rick Ross, so I kind of wanted to. I put it on here and I skipped it a little bit, but it's a story. I got to wait until I see some bigger blogs really post it up to really kind of drag it out. But it said that Rick Ross is behind on his taxes, like 5 to 6 figures. Like, he owes some bread to the IRS. So like I said, I don't necessarily know how that one is going to play out. And the rest in peace to Project Pat's son. His son got hit. I want to say it said his son got killed. His son was 21. I believe he got killed in Memphis, and Juicy J nephew was with his son. So like I said, thoughts and prayers to the whole 3-6 Mafia family. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I said, shout out. I guess we can pick Super Bowl picks next week, because of course the NFL will do the little break, so it'll be the Pro Bowl this week. So I guess it will be the Eagles versus the Chiefs. I'm going with the Eagles anyway, but like I said, we can talk about the Super Bowl next week and give us something to talk about next week. But we here each and every week. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll holler at y'all next week.